I got a tablet because I needed to make better thumbnail mock-ups.
You got it for Scriblio, didn't you?
Anyways.
I'm pretty sure I've got some sort of ADHD anxiety combination.
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit on the autismo scale.
Nuking the NPCs, dude.
As a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, nuke the same city 3
Everyone will
times.
die.
Yeah, you could get a real doll. Have you seen the real dolls?
Those things are creepy.
They're like 10 grand. Huh?
They're kind of creepy.
Not from behind.
You have to clean them, and you're carrying like 200 pounds of dead weight to the pub.
Are we rolling? Are all the cameras rolling? Wow.
I'm rolling. I took 3 tabs of acid.
I'm DJing
That's interesting.
really badly.
Well, hey, we're back. The WILDCAST. It's back. Maybe. We'll see.
Which camera are you looking at?
I'm looking. I don't know. Look
Okay.
at any camera. It doesn't matter. I mean, eventually we're just going to be looking at each other. But
Ooh.
for now,
Deep into each other's eyes.
it's back.
Longing.
2 years later. Episode 14.
Better late than never.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
The episode 13 was February 16th, 2021.
Hell yeah, brother.
2.5 years.
We can't even
times.
blame COVID for that because that's post-COVID.
No, well, I kind of can
still
because
blame
the real issue is it just wasn't as fun when we had to do it over Discord.
Yeah.
I like the in-person aspect of it.
Yeah, the cameras are it's different. It's not
Yeah.
quite the same.
I mean,
can't
it's-
hold your hand.
I get easily distracted on Discord too. I start playing with my phone or touching myself or
Well,
Oh,
you can do that here. You can do the latter here.
yeah, we'll edit around it.
cut to that camera angle where you can't see my hands. You just is somebody knocking on the door? No, that's just me.
Well, anyway, yeah, we're back, and because it's been 2.5 years, we have no sponsors. They all left us.
Yeah.
Except
So this episode is sponsored by Glitch Energy and 4D Gaming, specifically the Kryoz Editon mousepad.
Let's see it.
Editon.
Show us
Yeah.
the Editon.
Check out the edit. Wait, this might be the real one. This might
Yeah,
just
that
be
might
the
be-
Oh, that
edition.
might be the edition.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Those colors are so vibrant and beautiful.
Oh, it's the
Oh,
edition.
that
It's
is
the
an edition.
Look at this beautiful thing.
Look at that.
That's right. That is John's personal, beautiful artwork
Real
slapped
artwork.
onto the best mouse pad
Never
that
before
we can produce.
sold.
Ever produced.
That feels so good.
The
Look,
first
I'm
print
gaming
ever.
so hard right now.
So much glide.
Is that a vape?
It is. I don't have a mouse, but
They
the
need to
vape
make
will
a
do.
2-in-1 vape mouse combo. Mid-round, you're just...
That'd be,
That would be hilarious.
you gotta be
bro.
careful. That might happen, especially
yeah.
from that.
Yeah, this is the new Kryoz Edition mousepad. The reason we said
Look at this.
Editon
It's
because there
beautiful.
may or may not be a bunch of them that have a typo
There
that
could
says
be half of them.
Kryoz Editon instead of Edition.
It's one eye. Get over it.
Yeah.
Do you not like pirates or something, bastards?
Yeah. Anyway,
love
40
If you
gaming.
never said it, you'd never see it though.
True.
Honestly.
I didn't even notice it at first.
People told me what it was and I still couldn't see it.
Yeah. So anyway, these are our sponsors. 40 Gaming, Glitch. They're linked down below
Thanks,
in the description.
sponsored.
I don't know when this episode's going to go up, but maybe something's for sale there. Click the links and find out. I don't know.
Just to clarify, Tyler does own these companies.
I do,
We
but I
not
don't
need
know.
another
I don't know.
T-Martin situation going
I don't know
on here.
anything that's going on. I don't know.
We
I
don't need any
just-
CS Skins
He
gambling
owns them, but that's
situation
it.
here.
No, yeah,
we
I do.
own these.
Yes. So that's why they're a sponsor. Also, we are in. This is the Glitch Studio.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well,
we
as
have
long
a-
as you don't look up.
yeah. The ceiling doesn't look good, but you guys don't see that, so it's fine.
We look good, and that's
yeah,
what
it's
matters.
just a nice little spot, and we have this little studio space so we can.
It looks great. I mean, I can see it on the monitor here.
It looks great because everything's painted pitch black. Just-
Well, it looks so much better than
But
what
you
we were
admit it
doing
looks great.
before. Just random rooms.
yeah,
We got some cool
it's
lights.
nice. This may be where we may change it around. I don't know, but
Maybe knock
We
down
could
another
get a
wall.
big bed in here. It would be like that Bobby
Yeah.
Altahoff with Drake podcast. We're all just laying in bed together.
that would be
cuddling.
amazing.
That would be
yeah.
great.
That
Just a
would be
California
great.
king. We're just laying in bed.
No, we one up it. It's just one sleeping bag. We're all in.
it's just a twin size bed.
Yeah.
Laying on top of each other.
Just the worst audio experience ever.
Oh, it'd be a
5
fucking
mics
nightmare.
and just all
I did film a
overlapping.
bit where I like showed more of this whole office space. It just hasn't gone into a vlog yet.
Oh, is that the one where you put the
What if-
decoration on the wall?
Yeah, I decorated. You'll see what I'm talking about at some point.
I don't know. It looks fine in here to me.
But yeah, we kind of are just going to spitball this. Don't really know what we're going to, okay. The main first thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that, well, it's been 2 years since the last one, and
Right.
a lot has
Time.
changed in our lives.
Lots has happened.
in general. One of which, this beautiful
This
Glitch office is
space.
a new thing.
this
Yep.
mouse pad.
4D gaming didn't exist.
2 years ago,
2
this
years
wasn't
ago?
even painted.
No,
Yeah.
I don't
True.
have tits anymore.
True.
Yeah, there
They're
you go.
gone.
Still got
Yeah,
nipples.
I
though.
have them. I took them.
I donated them because I'm charitable.
So nice of you.
You moved to Nashville.
I did. I lived closer to Tyler. I actually moved closer to Tyler a year and a half ago so that way we could do this podcast.
Here it is.
Here we are.
We've done other content together.
We've done
It's been-
plenty,
It's been,
yeah.
it's been worth it.
Tyler almost died last year.
I did. Yeah, I had a lot of health issues. That was fun. That was awesome.
He didn't actually.
No.
You were probably closer to death when your appendix burst, right? Or was it your spleen?
No, my spleen. Yeah.
Oh, that's
When my
think it's
spleen
even worse.
ruptured, that was really close to death. Last year actually was pretty bad. I had like sepsis.
Yeah.
I had salmonella poisoning, and it was like cultivating in my bloodstream because I don't have the spleen that filters blood.
That's all.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
a
So,
you got wombo
Had
combo.
there not been medical intervention, I would have died.
You would have turned into a salmon vanilla.
Yeah, a salmon vanilla. I don't know what I ate. It was probably some Chinese food or something. Or there was a
Probably
Waffle
some,
House that may have been a
uh,
couple days beforehand. That could have been it.
That's more likely.
Those are both pretty high.
Did you have a thyroid thing too, or was that part of that? Did that lead
No,
to the other?
yeah, I had a thyroid issue. But
You're just trying to get them all done now, huh?
yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about no medical issues later.
Yeah, I
in
just
life,
told him to take away any organs that could potentially be a problem in the
Get rid
future.
of the
He's actually
appendix,
Inspector
the
Gadget.
Get rid of the
spleen.
gallbladder, the appendix, the spleen,
I only need
one of
one
my
kidney,
kidneys,
right?
You get rid of my penis. I haven't used that in a while.
one lung, one nut.
Do I need the liver? Or...
But yeah, and then John, you have your newfound love of painting.
I do enjoy painting. I've painted a lot of paintings over the past couple years, and it might have come as a detriment to how often I upload on YouTube, but that's okay because painting is fun and it's
I think-
relaxing.
I think we all have a Kryoz in our
True.
house.
Yeah.
That's true.
Who
Well,
else?
I don't have
Smitty?
any. No, I'm just kidding.
You've got like 30 of them in your house. What are you talking about?
I think 30
You've
is a
got
little
all
bit
of them.
low. Yeah, that's Smitty, Puffer, Blarg, obviously you two.
Yeah.
Wait, is that it? I feel like I'm missing
I'm
one.
technically two. I bought one for me and one for
Well,
Kevin.
yeah, Smitty has
Oh.
2 as well.
Yeah.
Puffer, Puffer has 2 as well. You have 1,
I'm slacking. Shit.
and
yeah.
then I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I think I've sold 10 total.
I'm down to buy more,
Okay.
but
I got plenty.
gotta lower those prices.
Gotta stop buying it so expensive.
No,
You could do
don't.
prints though. I'm sure people would buy prints.
Yeah, I want to do prints soon.
Like
And
if-
Yeah, what would
I'm
the
gonna be-
process be? You just find a place that does that.
Yeah, it's just I think the longest process of getting
These are
like
the
prints
first
like
prints,
these.
technically.
Yeah, true.
That's
Yeah,
true.
You can hang this on
'Cause-
your wall if you wanted.
True. Very hangable, but like
It's like those anime wall scrolls I used to have in high school.
oh yeah, with like the hippie girls that put like the one above their bed, sort of. It'd just be like this. The longest part of these is just like getting a good camera and then just taking small square like pictures of each square.
Oh, is
and
that
then
how you
photo
did it?
merging them. Yeah, so that way I get like it's higher fidelity. 'Cause, like,
Oh.
I think this
Wait, what?
So how
Yeah,
many
so, like-
images did you splice together for this?
probably like 20.
Holy shit.
Wait,
Because it was like an image here, a square here, and it's just I kept on like going across and each having like a little bit of overlap, and then
Right.
in Photoshop you can just photo merge them all together.
Yeah, because I'll
Then I
take like
just resize
panoramic
it and-
shots that way. and
wait,
merge them in
is it
Photoshop.
different canvas each, or how does it work?
No, so it's like this is
So you took a
essentially
section of the
would
Oh,
have been
the,
the one
the
camera.
whole canvas. you
Yeah, and
took-
then I just like get really close. So it's like I don't try to zoom in too
Ah.
much. I try to get like actually close with the camera to keep the quality as best as it can, and then I just take pictures. That way it keeps high quality. Because if I
How-
just took a picture far away, this wouldn't have showed up as
Right.
good most likely.
How big is this file? Is it like a 30,000 by
It was-
30,000 pixel file or something? To be that high res?
I think I shrunk it down a bit, but it was like twice the size of the actual painting. So I think it was like a 48 by 48 inch like file. So it was pretty damn big. And I think I had to shrink it because it was just I think
500
800
megabytes.
megabytes as a PNG. Like that was a PNG of it.
That's not even like a TIFF or anything. Yeah,
it
that's
was
crazy.
just- it was massive. But
It looks amazing, dude.
yeah, the quality it's worth it. I mean, just taking a couple pictures isn't that hard. It's just making sure they're all good because sometimes you get one and like you'll see a blurry spot and you have to go back and take another photo.
Yeah.
Could be a bit annoying, but that's the longest, I guess, besides actually painting them, huh?
Well, yeah, that too. Well, I guess I don't know. How long did this take to paint?
Dude, this went through a lot of iterations, man. This started off.
Looks like you came
as
on it
a-
here.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to really put in all of your work, you know? You can't just leave it all, you can't
Right
make
there?
it half. Yeah,
Is that oil or acrylic?
you don't want to know. But this would, like, I painted this, it was like this area back here.
Yeah.
It was like the whole canvas was more like this sort of colored. But in like a little bit more of a together thing, and I just kept on trying to add shit, ruining it, and then I got tired of it all, and I just made it geometric, added squares, just because, you know, when things are going a little bit too chaotic, you just gotta rely on straight lines or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Just made it simpler.
One
It
question
gave it
I had, and
structure.
I don't even know if you really know the answer to it, is when do you know when you're done with it? Because I feel like I've heard you mention that before. Is that like you never really know?
Yeah, I think it's like it's a full on like I feel like mental thing. There's also some things where people will like go into art making like they'll have a plan, they'll have like a sketch, something that they're gonna like I'm painting this. For this stuff, I think you just kind of do it, and when it feels right, because for some things I'm just like, okay, maybe I should add more, and then I'll like think about it, look at it, maybe I'll add just a little bit something, because you have some free time. Like if I put a mark here, I can like wipe it off with some water pretty quickly without it causing marks. So like I can try things like that, and it's just sometimes you try something like you're looking in an area, you try one thing, you're just like, you go somewhere, and then just like you're trying all these different things, and none of them really work, and that's usually when I try to call it. Is when it feels like if I want to do something else, but doing that something else is like forcing it.
Yeah. What's
That's
the
when I try to
general
avoid it.
starting process? You're just like, I
Honestly,
want to
yeah,
start
just-
with this certain color, and you just fucking do something.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just you start with just big strokes essentially. Just I might just pour paint and like water over it and just scrub it all. I think that's kind of what I did with this one. I just like poured different colors paints, and then I just smeared it around, covered the whole canvas, saw what I saw and like all the brush marks and how it got moved and like the thickness of where it was.
I feel like
and
if
just-
I were to do that, I would just end up with like this ugly, just brown, because all the colors are just mixed, and
Well,
I would
yeah,
never.
but that's why that's why you
Looks like
don't
diarrhea.
mix. You know, you don't mix red and blue. You don't mix complementary colors together, because that's when it rips away like the saturation. You lose all the coloring.
Yeah,
So like if you mix these together, you're gonna get a brownish. But then you know you can add some. Like if you want a darker red, you know you would probably still add a little bit of blue. But if you mix too much, well, to be fair, red and blue give you purple, but
I keep wanting to touch this
It'd be
because I
very
know there's
dark.
texture
Yeah.
on the original.
it's pretty deep texture too. I mean,
You can
kinda
see shadow on it.
Yeah. And then these are like pieces of paper
Yeah.
that I just stuck on.
That's
and
what
this
we
is
were
a-
joking about.
This is
that
a
these
piece
were,
of cardboard.
These were removable on the mouse pads. That way you could have hot swappable images.
These two.
Obviously, that wouldn't work.
You could swap them out for a picture of your face, whatever you want to put on there.
Yeah.
Picture the game you're playing.
So talking about doing this process and knowing when you're done, do you prefer working with traditional mediums like this, or do you prefer digital? So that way you
Traditional.
can go back and like
Yeah.
actually remove something if you fuck up.
I like traditional because I can't go back and remove something if I fuck up. Because
Okay.
I feel like in so much that I've done, like, because like I did graphic design forever, I do like video edit. There's so much of like if I goof, Control Z. On
Yeah.
here, it is sometimes it's funny. Sometimes I'm painting and I can like feel my muscle memory of like my hand trying to Control Z.
You're like, oh fuck, Control Z.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait, and it's just, but I think I like that more just because everything you do will show type of shit. Like
Does
if
it
I
make it
put
feel
paint
more
over,
meaningful to you that way?
like
Like I'm always picturing like when we
sorta.
watch like a Marvel movie, if somebody dies, you're like, oh, they're just gonna Control Z that character. You know they're
Yeah.
coming back. But this is like an actual like this is like a drama movie. That character's dead.
yeah,
If
pretty
you fuck
much.
up, they're gone.
Yeah, I think that's what's
Just
nice
permanence.
about it.
Yeah.
Because it also another thing with like painting is like even if I do all this, if I hated this and covered it all up, it still would have shown because like it has a depth and it's just I think that's what I like about the traditionals. It's just there's more textures and like feelings that you can actually touch with it.
Yeah.
Like you can touch this maybe not this, but you could touch this painting and you would feel so much. But then like you touch it digital and it's just it's all the same.
Yeah.
You know, like you can have a blending tool. It's just, to be fair, I also kind of suck at digital. Digital's a whole different skill set still,
Yeah.
but I like traditional just because I like how the mistakes can be possibly your favorite part of it at
Yeah.
certain times.
Did you
know?
always paint, or was this like actually like a fairly new thing, or was it
It
something
was-
you've kind of always done but only recently gotten super into it? Or
No, it was a very new thing. Like
Yeah.
I got a tablet because I needed to make better thumbnail mock-ups.
You got
Even-
it for Scriblio, didn't you?
Anyways.
Scriblio and Gardic phone.
Well, ignore that. But yeah, I got a tablet, and I think I just kind of wanted to draw some. I got a tablet, was doing digital, and then something like made me want to try just painting. So I got like a cheap paint set, got some cheap, pretty much everything, cheap easel, blah blah blah. This was when I was still in Washington, and I just started painting. I got like a spare table, set it up, and it was like
Yeah.
everything. I just started spreading shit.
Did you
everywhere.
ever
It was
see
great.
the terrible Bob Ross paintings Kelly and I did?
No.
There
Bob
was one.
Ross is a menace though.
There
That
was
dude
one night or
paints
whatever where
hard.
we were like, I don't know, we wanted to do like some sort of like date thing or whatever. We're thinking what to do. And so we decided I went to Hobby Lobby. I spent like $400 on painting supplies. Damn. Came home. We put a Bob Ross video on the TV and started trying to paint. And it was really fun. And then we we both got stuck on one part. We're like, we'll finish it another day. Never touched any of it ever again. I still have all that shit somewhere.
Bob Ross,
We
like,
gotta
it
do that.
seems great.
I did some fire ass clouds though. My clouds were looking sick.
When Bob Ross starts going, you can stick with him for a little bit, then he starts putting the details on,
Yeah.
and you're just way behind.
Yeah, he'll be like, let's put a happy little bush here, and I look over for 3 seconds, and I look back, and there's a whole fucking happy forest.
He's just like,
God damn, Bob, slow
like,
down.
he's done. Then I try to make a tree, and it just looks like
Yeah,
dog shit.
we tried doing like some of the techniques of like the mountain. You take like the little scraper or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would do it, and I'm like, that looks fucking awful.
Like how he
What
takes
the
his
fuck are
fan
you-
brush
I
for
was like,
the
that looks like a
trees.
BMX ramp. It does not look like a mountain.
Just gotta swap up what the paint he's gonna be, man.
Expect to see Dave Mirra hopping off of it.
I've tried following a Bob Ross a couple times, and I mean, it's sort of with the same way. You get behind, and then you're just like, I'll just free ball it.
Yeah.
I'll just try to make what he's making, maybe not the same way.
Is there a specific name for like the style? I mean, I know it's abstract, right? Or no?
I would
What?
probably consider this more abstract. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of art styles that I don't actually know. Like, I feel like this is obviously abstract. You can like sort of see surrealism in certain things.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, there's a whole bunch of other ones like post-traditional or like neo-modern or some. There's so many different ones. I don't know what classifies. Obviously, modern art is any art that's made modern day.
Right.
Oh,
But-
modern art. This is modern art. Right here.
See, that's the thing is like I feel like technically, but then you go to a modern art museum and
It'll be stuff from like the 60s.
people like wonder like it's like not even that. People are just like it's like bananas on walls and shit. It's like all that.
Fucking
It's all
Warhol.
that like
Banana duct tape
interesting
to the
stuff where
wall.
people are just like
Forgot
where
about
people
that.
don't understand. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if I understand all modern art. There's some art that's like that I maybe not understand or get, but I'm just like, okay, I can see what you were thinking.
Right. I just
But
don't
I
know how
still
to
get it.
interpret some of that stuff myself. Like a banana on a wall literally means nothing to
It
me.
just means a banana on a wall to me as well, man.
like the Banksy that shredded itself. I think that's cool. Like that's an
Yeah.
expression, but I don't know. The guy literally duct taped a banana to the wall. And what does that have to say? I don't know. Who am I to
Banana.
judge though? I make fucking TikTok
Potassium.
reaction videos.
It's
I'm
just
not
potassium.
that
potassium.
Yeah.
See, banana on wall right here. That's
There
what
you
that
go.
was.
Oh, that's what this painting is called.
Yeah.
Banana on wall.
Yep.
Shit, we're gonna have to change that.
Banana edition.
Do you have any one painting that is like your favorite one you've done?
Yeah, there was one painting. When did I do it? I want to say maybe like a year and a half ago now. It's just like blue and green, but it just went together so easily. I think I like did this painting in like an hour.
You
And
still
I was
have it?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like it's wrapped, but it's like a super simple painting. It's like it looks sort of how all this is like the background, but then there's like a very subtle face you can see with like a crack going down the middle of it. I don't know if I have a picture of it, but it was just one that went together so perfect. And I didn't plan on it. I was planning something completely different. But I think that's whenever you do those like broad, just messy strokes in the beginning, like you see sort of shapes that you might want to try to like chase and like highlight more. And it pretty much gave me like a nice face that I could follow and just
Is that where
accent it a
most of the
little bit.
faces come from, or do you intentionally be like, I want to make a face?
sometimes.
Because I noticed you have a lot like that's
Yeah.
in a lot of the paintings.
Well, a lot of times I like drawing faces because it's a good sort of point to start. Like
Yeah.
a face will always be a face. 2 eyes, nose, and a mouth is a face, and it's just you can draw it in like different ways. I feel like how I draw it can just have a whole different emotion, even if I mean it or not, just based on mine. So
Yeah.
I feel like faces are just there's so many different ways you can make
Yeah.
a face that it's always sort of like if I sit down don't know what to draw, I'm starting with an eyeball
Yeah.
just because I don't know.
That's it.
It's
You
just-
don't
it's
even
a
have to
good-
draw another one. You could literally just be like an
Yeah.
eyeball. Like,
'Cause,
like
yeah,
don't
can
you have
put-
a couple pieces where it's just like an eyeball somewhere?
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
have
I've seen that.
I have a friend. She did like a sketch of like a crazy skeleton with like, what are they called? Like venom type of shit, pretty much coming out of it.
Yeah.
She was like, "You should redraw this in your style." So like I did one. It's just a whole bunch of like these crazy lines with like eyes peering through it all. It's another one. I don't know if I have a picture. I mean, I can probably show you guys afterwards, but
We could put them up on the screen for people that are watching if you send them to us.
Yeah.
So that way they can see
I'll
them
have to.
too.
I mean, I'll definitely. I know I can get mine back home, but yeah, eyes are just easy. I don't know if I necessarily always start with eyes. Definitely more doodling. But with paintings, I just start with throwing paint at it.
So you don't start with a base drawing. You
Mm-mm.
you don't draw on the canvas. You just go straight into it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't
That would
plan out.
terrify me.
It's weird sometimes. I think that's why sometimes I don't know what to paint because I've never planned on what to paint. There's some things where I'm like, I draw my iPad. I'm like, maybe I'll try to paint that one. It might be cool.
yeah.
I usually don't because I'm like, it's lazy. I just whenever I get to painting, I just want to throw shit at it, see what comes out, just have it. It's almost like I mean, kind of like a journal entry if you want to get like.
I was about to say, do you feel like it's
You wanna
very
get stuck up
emotionally
about it.
driven, your work? If you're not going with a plan, you're just going and seeing how you feel?
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you have any grumpy paintings?
Sure.
I mean,
I
to
thought
be
the painting
fair-
that I bought from you.
Oh yeah, true.
Said a
I mean,
lot
there's
without-
one where I literally have a painting with a gun to a guy's head, so I would consider that kind of. And then on the
That's a
bottom,
little aggressive. It's
well,
not
on the
exactly happy.
on the
times.
bottom,
Sounds
there's like
American to
9
me.
bullets with above it says pain relief.
I like that.
I mean, that's kind of depressing
Yeah.
or just sad. But that was a cool one. That was another one that went together easy. But there's some paintings that, like this, everywhere is something to look at. And I have some paintings where it's just like one focus, and that's where I don't know if it's done or not
Right.
Yeah.
because I need everything filled. I'm
Yeah.
like a maximalist,
But
but
maximalist.
yeah. But like, I'm not good enough to maximalize yet.
Maximalize.
That's a word. Look it up.
That should be the name of your next painting.
Maximalize.
Maximalization.
I don't even. That the toughest part would be spelling that. I'll try to fuck maximize. Oh fuck, scrap maximize.
That's how the painting starts, trying to spell it. And then
I have a
scribbling
couple.
It out.
I have a couple like that where I'm like, it starts with like a thought in my head, and I like draw it in cursive because I hate plain text on if I'm painting.
Yeah.
I don't want just like normal script, or I want script. I don't want like normal sans serif ugly shit.
Like all this ugly shit here.
Yeah, like what the hell? What the hell is that? Put it in
This
cursive,
garbage
damn
up
it.
here.
Where's the cursive?
All this trash up here and this down here.
Where's
Yeah,
the
man.
live, laugh, love cursive? I need it on my mouse pad.
It's just bullshit. But I mean, something. It's just. It's definitely a lot of thoughts, sort of emotion. Maybe not the whole thing emotions, but there's parts in it where I'm like, oh, I'm feeling like this. I'm gonna write it out and cover it up, so I'm like, I don't think about it, or like I'm putting it behind me, type of shit.
Yeah.
But not throughout the whole painting. But it can happen. It's sort of just, I don't know. I paint very sporadically. I do everything very sporadically, actually. Because some
Same.
days I won't paint, and I'll just only sew.
I think it's some
or-
form of mental illness.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know which
sort of
one.
AD
I don't.
it's gotta
I don't
be-
want to
I
be
mean-
told. I'm just been trying to guess.
Yeah. I don't want a diagnosis. I want to just guess and adjust from there.
Yeah, we'll figure it
I'm
out.
pretty sure I've got some sort of ADHD anxiety combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably a little bit on the autismo scale.
I think honestly about every content creator probably is a little bit. Altissimo. That's your next painting. This is the Altissimo maximalization.
I don't even know what the fuck I paint for that, man. I'm
It's
lost
just a
already.
self-portrait. Altissimo.
I do always start with a face, so maybe that's the one.
Have you done a self-portrait?
Once, but it was like a digital self-portrait. It turned out all right.
It was a selfie.
Well, it's weird because I started doing too much shading, and then I started looking like I was making myself a little bit blackface. So I was like,
That's,
But
It's
I've done, like,
digital. You
that's an
can fix that.
expression.
true. Maybe not an expression I want to do. But I do want to do more self-portraits. I want to make it a yearly thing.
Each one, you just get progressively darker.
Surprise!
You're on your
Piece of
deathbed, you
shit.
paint yourself. You're the color of this microphone.
It's not blackface if you do it over 50 years, right?
Right.
Okay.
That's just called tanning.
Amen.
Who's actually the most tanned white person?
Some
used to
bitch that's 83 years old walking Siesta Key Beach in Florida right
I
now.
feel like
True.
Yeah,
Someone
probably.
in Florida.
she's probably
Florida
the
or
cover.
on Venice
I feel like
somewhere.
skin cancer will prevent you from doing true blackface. I don't think you can tan yourself into a blackface.
I think
Probably not. You
Yeah.
could spray tan yourself into blackface.
Well, you can spray tan yourself into an Oompa Loompa. I've seen.
That's yeah.
yeah, spray
Hell,
tans are
I
tough.
saw one on Hinge recently. I showed it to you guys. I was scrolling on Hinge the other day, and this woman, she fucking changed a race in the middle of her profile. I don't know if it was a spray tan or
She
if it
was
a
pretty
fake
dark in the
profile.
first few pictures, and it was like, okay,
Yeah.
hey, who's that? And
She
then
was
it's like,
progressively
oh, that's her.
getting lighter and
She
lighter.
was.
She suddenly aged 20 years and became a Caucasian mother. Like
She did
it
the
was-
opposite of a spray tan,
It was insane. Yeah, she pulled a Michael Jackson.
except probably without the disease that he had. But
Yeah, the whole kid thing.
Everyone dangles a kid over a balcony. Get over it.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I was talking about him dangling in front of kids.
Don't worry about that.
You know, the
What
other
happens
dangling.
at Neverland stays at Neverland. All right, buddy.
You guys want to see my roller coaster? Look at my monkey.
Want to take a ride?
Rest in peace, Michael.
Okay, well, anyway.
Rest in peace.
What games you playing? Any games? CS2?
No, I haven't. I haven't even got my match or my rank yet. So
Well, I actually just got my rank, but I haven't gotten CS2 yet.
yeah, I also feel like I probably won't get CS2 since I've been vac banned on my main account for longer than most
Well,
people have been
it's
alive.
going to come out.
Well, yeah,
as
but
a-
I
at
feel like I'm
some
not
point,
going
right?
to get the early access version of it.
What did
But
you
I
get?
do have
What
5
kind
other
of ban?
accounts. Vac ban,
What is that?
Valve anti-cheat.
Yeah, he's a cheater.
Oh.
Once a cheater, never a cheater again.
I believe it.
What did you do?
I cheated.
I get that, but what were you doing? Like, were you
I just got like aimbot, wall hacks, spin hacks.
Oh, you just went all out then, huh?
Yeah, well, like I was in 1.6, there was cheat servers where like they were unvax secured. You joined them, and everyone was cheating. And it was kind of fun because it was like you just tested your hacks. Like you could
COD 4
see,
used to have lobbies like that.
like you would see people at walls just staring at each other, and like they would just like jiggle a little bit because like there's just enough of like wall bangable areas where people will shoot through it.
Yeah.
And it's like so you just see people in like Dust 1 like hanging out in tunnels and like entrance like far left of the entrance. If you guys, I don't know, you guys play Dust, the original Dust?
Oh, the Dust 1?
Yeah. This is 1.6, remember?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
So,
I feel
like,
like,
it's on the
I feel
T
like I
side.
play like Trouble in Terrorist Town on it or something.
Well, on the T side, you start in that, like that lower
Is it
area.
in CS Source?
I think it's in Source, yeah.
I feel like I've played it then.
But it's like you
but I don't
have
remember
T's
it
are
super
here,
well.
then you go up, and then there's like that down little area. And like bombs, there's a bomb site is like way off to the side of the map, and then the other one's at CT spawn. That's like,
I remember my first actual introduction to Counter-Strike was, I think it was G4 TV, but whatever G4 TV was before G4 TV, or even it was something else. It was on TV,
I think it was still G4.
broadcasted Counter-Strike matches. And I was like, these people
Oh.
are lame. I was like, these
When
people
was
are
the late night stuff on G4?
Like,
Maybe was it
mid-
was it
2000s.
Spike, maybe?
maybe.
Did
I feel like it was in like one of those channels
Because
where
Spike
like
had the first gaming awards.
we had direct TV or whatever, like satellite internet, right? So you have like or satellite internet. Satellite,
all the channels.
yeah, so you have like 700 channels, right? So like once you scroll down past like all the porn channels you have to pay for and Showtime and everything, there was like you're like 772, and it's like it's like fucking Deer Hunter TV, and then next it was like I feel like it was in there somewhere. It was like Counter Strike, but
That's pretty cool. I don't know if I ever saw that because I first played Counter Strike when I was 7, so I've
Jesus,
been playing it
that's
for a while.
insane. I
My
never
dad
played
played it.
Counter Strike when I was in like middle school and high school, but I remember seeing ads for it in like the game magazines.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I miss game
All
magazines.
the LAN parties, that
Game
they would
Informer.
Yeah, all of them.
Nintendo
I remember-
Power.
I remember
when I
getting
was
those
in middle school and
magazines,
high school.
flipping them back, getting the cheats for all the games, dude.
Yeah, we're looking in the back and seeing like all those reviews.
And people
I'd be
try
like,
to
"All
say
right, so I'm gonna
gaming
pick that
haven't
game up."
fallen off, dude. Where are the fucking cheat codes I can put in?
true.
They don't exist. Even did
Well,
the GTA
but
5
cheating
even-
is
Well,
not-
yeah, you cheated and
You did
you
cheat.
got banned for it.
That was 16 years ago.
It used to be
That was
encouraged.
16 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, that's when it started. That was the catalyst.
Did I ruin it all?
Wait, your back ban was 16 years ago?
Yeah.
That's insane. That fucking follows you around like a felony.
Oh yeah, no, it does not go away.
Can you not create a new account and get past it?
I mean, I have 5
John like
Steam
goes to
accounts.
register to vote. Oh, sorry. You have
Well,
a
you're not
back
sure
ban.
if a back-
1.6.
Because I have like multiple accounts. Because whenever I feel like, were you playing? Yeah, you played CS with us too during that like that whole CS craze that we had a while ago.
2015 and
I
16.
might
Yeah,
have
I
played it
think
once or
so.
twice. Yeah.
Yeah, but like during that time, I had just had to keep on making accounts because I ranked higher than all of them were ranking. So I had to make a new one so I could play with them
Oh,
again.
weird flex.
Yeah, I'm just saying I had 4 DMG accounts. So
I remember my highest rank I got to was like MG1 or something like that, and then I got Marksman to play CS, and then like in a week he got DMG just P90 rushing.
I was just saying he's a
nonstop.
P90 phenom.
Yeah, that's
though,
all
that's
he
why.
did. He just
Yeah.
ran and sprayed, which is like the worst thing you can do in Counter Strike, and he got a higher rank than me in like a week. I was like,
Oh.
well, that's cool.
Nick is just a fucking phenom
He's
though,
just
when
a
it comes to games like that. First person
CS2 though,
shooters.
it's a new. Can do it again. Maybe
It's not- I feel
now's
like
your
it's not
time to run with the P90.
It's not gonna be any different.
Can do what
right?
again? Cheat again?
It's gonna look prettier. No.
It's gonna look
I'm
pretty.
do it
It's
again.
got cooler smokes.
New game, new me. Week 1, wall banging.
I wonder how long it's gonna take for. I mean, there's probably already cheats for it. I guess cheats get made so quick now.
It's like when a phone drops. How is there already 72 new phone cases for it? It's like as soon as
True.
CS drops, there's already going to be a bunch of people that have cheats made for it.
Man, I remember back in the day, like I had to scour websites and see if they were updated because there was just crazy amounts of like this one's banned, do not use, and it was so interesting, just like remembering it all.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what like the whole community of like it is now because like there were sites to go to, and I feel like it's all even privater than it is now because it's like actual like companies will like
Black
sue
market.
you
Yeah.
for cheating now.
Activision has
and like
fucked some people
will
up
like
for that.
sue the cheat
Really?
makers.
Yes.
So like I feel like it's probably like so black market now that it's like there's probably not just websites for it.
They just
At least not
it's
trusted
offline
ones.
only. I'm assuming they have a way to set it up to where they can do like LAN parties offline with it to test it. I don't know how they would go to
I'm not too
bypass.
sure. They also might just literally make a Steam account and see how long it takes until they get banned.
Yeah.
I mean that it's probably the easiest way to actual test it since CS:GO is free anyways.
Think about how many damn email accounts these guys have.
I mean, there's like multiple email services out there that you just have an email for like half an
Just
hour or
generates
something,
it?
and then it's just gone. Yeah,
That's cool.
that's what I do for whenever I want a free trial of something and never pay.
Oh yeah.
New email each time, baby.
I did that for
Smart.
I did that for Fortnite. I have like 10 Fortnite alternate accounts because the game started getting so sweaty and they added like noticeable skill-based matchmaking towards like the end of I think it was chapter 1, like the original like season 9, season 10, like around then.
Yeah.
But they had also introduced like arena around that time. And if you were in low level arena, you played against absolute just like human AI. Yeah. And it was so fun to like do like we used to like in the early days of Fortnite, me and Marksman, we would do like all these crazy like traps. Like we would build like this base on top of a mountain and then like put loot down on the ground, hide underneath and like trapdoor edit people to fall and die. Like all these kind of elaborate things. And it just wasn't possible anymore, except in low level arena. But you needed an account that was like at least level 10. So I had Eric, who's like my assistant / manager. I had him whip up all these alternate accounts, level them all up to level 10, 0 arena points, and we would run them through the first 1,000 arena points until they got into sweaty lobbies. Go to the next one.
We've tried that with Call of Duty, but just to moderate to minor success, I feel like.
Call of Duty skill-based matchmaking is not as terrible as people. Like everybody freaks out about it. It's like Call of Duty's just not a game that's that skill intensive. It's like,
and it's also just, I mean, it's the same thing each year. Like people are obviously just gonna get better.
Yeah,
and
it's like
better.
it's not a hard game to get decent at. And then if you are decent, you're gonna be fine against pretty much any player. It's not that crazy. Like it's not that.
I feel like the main thing that changes from like COD to COD is how the guns actually feel and like maybe your movement. Other than that, I feel like the base is pretty much the exact same.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're good at one COD, you're probably gonna pick up the next one completely fine as well.
Or if you're bad at one COD, you're probably going to remain bad at
Yeah, I mean, it's
like
the same
me.
thing. Hey, man, I'm the same. For some reason, I'm just awful at Call of Duty. I think it's because everyone else is just fucking Zoomer kids running around like crazy on their Adderall prescriptions.
I'm so impatient that I can't play the game with any sort of strategy. I just balls to the wall, just rush blindly, shoot people when I see them, yell when they see me first.
Try to jump when they see me first. So I corpse launch.
Yeah, just, you know... You see me come around the corner, you see my body just start buddy hopping. I'm not even shooting. Come on.
Just having fun.
I hope
More
Modern
games
Warfare
need
3
bunny
doesn't suck too bad. That's the optimism I hope for.
I have
It probably will.
what high hopes, low expectations. That's where I'm at. I don't think it's gonna be all that
I think
great.
it's gonna be another Modern Warfare.
It's literally launching. The new maps that are launching for Modern Warfare 3 are the entire list of remastered original Modern Warfare 2 maps. Did you know that?
Sick.
So when you buy Modern Warfare
They're
3,
professionally lazy over there.
from my understanding, there's not going to be a single original new map. It's going to be all remasters of the OG Modern Warfare 2, even though we just
That's
had the
insane,
remaster, another Modern Warfare 2, and this is Modern Warfare 3.
That's nuts, actually.
So does that at
So
least I
they're
get
really
to play
just-
Terminal again, right?
Yes.
Oh well, fuck. I'm fucking. We're sold, baby.
But the
Terminal
thing is,
and
that
high-rise.
airport's been closed down now, so no one's even
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that airport actually closed during COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what's the other one? High rise.
Yeah,
With the
all
helicopters?
that. Yeah, high rise, quarry,
Yeah.
favela, all that stuff's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that the maps are gonna be.
So
in
wait,
there.
were those not even in Modern Warfare 2 then?
No,
That's crazy. So they remade
Modern
Modern
Warfare-
Warfare 2, didn't even give all Modern Warfare 2.
Modern
Instead of
Warfare
doing a
made the
DLC,
campaign,
they're like,
didn't
let's
they?
This-
make another game.
this Modern Warfare 3 is basically an expansion
It's the
for
same
the
studio?
current Modern Warfare 2, but it's called Modern Warfare 3, but it's only adding content from the original Modern Warfare 2, and the stuff that's in this current new Modern Warfare 2 is all going to be available in Modern Warfare 3. All the guns.
Oh,
I was drooling. I
Yeah,
was going brain dead, sorry.
that is.
it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, that sounds. Is it the same studio? Is it?
No,
This is what
So
they
this
spent
is
the
also
last
still
year on?
swapped, and that is
Yeah.
so weird.
it's Infinity Ward made this current Modern Warfare, like the Modern Warfare 2 2022, whatever the fuck,
whatever year it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. But the Modern Warfare 3 game is going to be made by Sledgehammer, but
Oh.
incorporate the two. It's none of it makes
so
sense, which is why I don't think it's going to be any good. I don't know. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing.
How do they still not know what they're doing after how many years has it been? Like 25 years of Call of Duty?
I think they peaked.
Well,
think
they
peaked, like-
haven't peaked actually. What's crazy? Modern Warfare, the last Modern Warfare 2 game was like their highest selling game ever.
It's because people
they
kept
make
on
more-
fucking up, and it was they
and
wanted
then they
the
keep
old
making
one.
more money than ever because they keep selling bundles. And
I guess when I say peaked, I mean more on quality and ideas,
well, yeah,
not
for sure.
necessarily on sale.
That's the
On it-
argument, though.
That's
They
the
peaked at- they
argument
peaked at
Hutch
Big
tries
Red
to
1.
make.
That's the argument Hutch makes. Yeah.
Yeah,
is
well,
that-
they've sold more copies than ever. Well, yeah, fucking Starbucks sells 300 fucking million pumpkin spice lattes a year. Doesn't make they're good.
True.
Just
They're
means
kinda
people
good.
are buying them.
I don't, well,
That's
let's
just
calm
the
down
example
here,
that
man.
came to my brain. I'm sure there's other quality examples, like Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, we need to have.
Hey, what? The white girls just start tearing down the walls.
Yeah, Taylor Swift and like BTS. Like, what the fuck? No.
Well, our impressions on this episode just went way up.
And we're like pretty deep in, so the watch time should be crazy.
Yeah.
Nice.
How deep are we in, Jack?
36 minutes.
36 minutes. Wow.
I thought it was longer.
No, only 36 minutes.
Sorry,
Felt like we were at 40.
I'm only
least.
30 minutes long.
Plenty for
Yeah.
me. I need 3.
Are there any games coming out that anybody's looking
Party
forward
animals.
to?
Party animals, brother.
Yeah, true.
Finally. Hell, I
multi-
think
I mean, but
multiplayer
how,
game.
realistically though, how long do you think that that's going to be like entertaining?
week or two.
Exactly. That's my issue.
But I think it's also gonna be good as like, oh, we don't know what to do. Oh, let's set up some party animals. It's gonna be like a
Yeah.
good party game, like
it'll
an
be something
Uno
to come
or
back
like
to
a
once,
something.
a couple times a month, maybe.
But
yeah.
it also depends on how much they like keep it going.
yeah.
Because
I-
if they do like a monthly rotation of something, I don't know. It could be.
It's hard for me to say because I guess from the demo that we played, we could even have videos dedicated to the hockey game type.
Oh,
or
yeah.
the gummy game type.
You could have like tournaments almost and like
because there's
certain
like
types.
20 maps.
Tournaments.
There's different game
What?
types.
Well, you could have teams and then you
Yeah,
could.
I don't know. I just get so annoyed that every game has to be become like a competitive.
Well, no,
remember,
I'm just saying
you remember
you
there were
could.
Among Us tournaments and like
Okay, well, yeah.
and Trainwreck
But
was bragging
this is
about.
actual competition. You can actually be on teams.
Yeah.
Among Us tournaments are dumb.
That's so
Like we could have
funny.
like our influencer soccer tournament.
Yeah,
Or it's like the hockey thing because you literally have to
like.
like punch these giant hockey pucks into goals.
Yeah,
And it's
I haven't
goofy
played it
and
at
fun.
all. I've seen it. Like I get the concept, but yeah, I didn't play any like demos or anything. Because there was a demo a while back, right, or something like that.
Yeah, probably when the last episode of this podcast was out.
2020. Yeah, they sent me a DM like, "Thank you so much for playing our first demo in 2020." I'm like, "Fuck, it's that long ago, huh?"
The last 3 years have gone by faster than any 3 years ever, and I don't know if
for
that's just because
sure.
I'm older or because I was
no.
thinking about this. I was thinking about like 2015, 2016, kind of like what we were talking
It
about.
feels
how that was,
forever ago.
how that was like such a like an era where it felt like everyone was kind of like we were all kind of established on YouTube and like the scene was like established and things were going. But I was like, that was only 4 years after I started.
Yeah,
It's been 3 years since 2020.
Yeah.
That same
That is
time
crazy.
frame, and like virtually nothing has changed except just games have kind of gotten boring. I feel.
I stopped.
actually,
I stopped playing
the
games.
best year for games ever.
Yeah, if you're a fucking loser who plays solo games with no friends.
Oop, not me.
Yeah,
I don't have any friends, but I also don't play games.
Listen, we can acknowledge that single player games are great,
Yes.
but we have a unique perspective, and I can admit that where we are
Mhm,
content creators. But I also feel like single player games don't captivate the gaming community the way that multiplayer
I
games
think
do.
That's not the kind of content we make.
I feel like single player games are like stream games, while like multiplayer games are like YouTube.
Or let's plays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just I don't know. Like single player games are, it's just not really the type of content any of us ever like mained.
Right.
Like maybe we do a little bit of like let's play type stuff, but
Yeah.
single player stuff is it's not for us. I enjoy some single player stuff, but I
sure.
don't-
And also,
I
just
just- I
about
don't
any
know.
single player game is not something that
Just not
like
interesting.
lasts a year or two in
We'll
terms of relevancy. It's like it's a game that like Starfield is out right now. People
Well,
are playing it. A
we should
month or
also
two from now,
mention
no
that.
one's gonna be talking about it.
But also then like there is a multiplayer
Doesn't mean
like
it's a bad
Baldur's
game,
Gate
but-
3 is technically multiplayer, but then that's like another game where it's like I'm sure it'd be fun, but as a YouTube video,
Kelly's playing the
how
shit
the
out of that
hell
right
do you
now.
put that together?
every
Gate.
every other day
People
she tells
love
me about
it.
some new horrific creature she
She's
sexed.
fucked,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's been fucking.
It's pretty much just a sex
That
sim,
whore.
it seems like, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
I
but-
showed her a thing I saw on Twitter. Some dude on Twitter posted it was like every character in Baldur's Gate, and it was
Was it the
a
butthole?
chart of their buttholes.
that was,
yeah,
I think that was Daff.
yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah.
And it was like loose, hairy.
Yeah.
There was so many
Yeah,
different
the
variations.
categories
of it.
were
It was
like
great.
color, tightness, hairy,
smell
and
was one of them,
smell,
too.
taste. Yeah. And
She went in on it. It was
Kelly was
crazy.
showing me the chart. And she's like, yeah, I fucked him. The orc guy, yeah, I did that because that was fun. It was like this. It
I'll
was
tell
like
you
a
what,
Cthulhu looking motherfucker.
There's a character named like
I might need to play.
Asterion. Everyone's fucked that.
Yeah,
dude.
I think-
that dude's a whore.
Yeah, Asteria. Is he like the
think
really
he's, like,
pretty
white
boy?
hair,
The
yeah.
like pretty boy elf kind of guy looking
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Everyone wants him. I might play Baldur's Gate
I think
3
he.
just to
I
build
think
him.
he was on.
Fuck him.
I think he was on the list for like the pinkest butthole. I think.
Ooh.
I think he.
You
had
know,
a
he
piss.
bleaches that
Well, it's
shit.
probably
there.
because he gets badly pounded in it.
I think
so
his
much.
was probably
A lot of
I think
blood
his was
just
probably the
rushing there.
pinkest, tightest, least
Least
hairy.
smelly?
Probably in. Well, no, it
Smelled
wasn't.
like
No,
lavender.
it was not. The chart was smelly, and then I think it was fragrant,
Oh,
and then the taste one was putrid and. I don't know.
delicious.
Maybe
Yeah, I don't
delicious,
know.
yeah. Scrumptious, perhaps. I don't know.
It's good that
Anthony's like, I
It's
might
good
have
that
to
you
go
I'm
in.
gonna go home and buy this game.
I'm gonna only eat the putrid asses, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Asshole Gate 3.
Trying to think if there's anything multiplayer wise aside from Party Animals, Modern Warfare 3. I have pretty much no. Well,
I feel like a lot
GTA
of
6.
true. Whenever $100 or whatever.
Do we have
a year and a half.
A release date on that? 25? 24?
The supposed rumor, which I wouldn't put. I mean, they'll probably delay it most likely, but the supposed rumor is like late, like fall of 2024.
Oh,
supposedly.
Okay.
Closer than I
I
expected.
predict.
But yeah,
I would guess it's probably like spring of 25, if not fall of 25. That's what I would think, but I don't know.
That's
I don't know
only
anything.
14 years after 5
I was
came
just say,
out.
how long
Yeah,
is
I've
5
also
been
heard
out
like
for?
a lot of like the culture at like Rockstar Games has changed. Just like with everything, everyone's kind of gotten a little more PC and progress. So like some of the raunchy, crazy shit that happens in like the old GTA 5 games, I don't think you're gonna see as much of that. Obviously, you're still gonna see some of it, but
They need to bring back.
you would hear some wild shit in some of the old Grand Theft Auto games.
I think it was GTA 2 or 3. Where it was the top-down one. They need to bring back where you just have a fart and a burp button. That was the best thing.
GTA 2, I remember that. That was my first time I played GTA 2.
It was great,
That's
dude.
literally what it sounded like. I remember that. I remember all I would do. My dad had that game on the PS1, and all I knew was I knew where to get the tank.
Yep, and then just drive.
So I would
over
just spawn in,
everything.
go grab the tank, and you would just fucking fly down the highway, and cars would like run into you. You would slow down for a second, and then they would explode, and then you would speed back up again.
Dude, that game was so
That's all
much
I did.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an actual point to it at all, but
There
don't
were
care
jobs.
either.
It was just to try and make as much money as possible. I
No,
think.
it was just to fart and run people over
Okay.
tanks.
It's like these
I
days
don't
that
think
would
you
be a
got the game.
$5 indie game on Steam.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's out there, link me. I need it.
You could just go buy Grand Theft Auto 2.
I feel like maybe. I think actually my parents might still have a PS1. Although I don't know if it works. But man, if it did, that'd be sick. We have a Wii. Did you know the Wii's 15 or like 20 years old now or some shit?
It's
17?
17. Yeah, it came out in 2006.
That's nuts. My controllers are still charged.
I still have a nunchuck sticking out of my TV.
Those things are built stronger than this fucking Nokia phones.
They might
through
be.
a brick wall.
Probably same company.
What a wild time that was. You go over to Meemaw and Peepaw's house and they have a fucking Wii and the fucking balance board was there because they thought they were going to play it and get in shape. Everybody thought they were going to do that shit.
Classic balance.
And then the
board.
fucking Microsoft's like, oh, we got to get some of this money. Here's a Kinect.
The Kinect was.
I never did anything on the
Yeah,
Kinect. Did you?
I don't know if the Kinect was ever used.
And then
I
PlayStation
feel like I used it
said,
for.
"Oh, don't forget about us. We have the Move with those little
balls.
fucking glowing wands,
Oh, yeah.
I feel
looking
like
like
that
you were
was like.
conducting a plane."
I feel like that was a big step towards like VR though.
Yeah,
'cause
well,
now
now,
it seems like,
how do you feel about VR? I feel like it's kind of a fad also.
I
But
feel like it has potential, but then you like see the top of the line VR equipment that's like this is, and it's like $5,000.
yeah, what about
It's just
these
like,
Apple, what is it, the
But
Apple
that's
Vision
AR.
Pro?
Yeah.
That's AR though.
Yeah, I think
So then it's
AR
like-
has more practical use than VR.
Yeah, I think AR would be cooler. I think VR still needs so much work for it to be like easily. Because what's the Meta Quest or whatever it is,
Yeah,
like the one where you don't need the base stations. That one seems kind of nice, but it's just like the tracking issues that is guaranteed with VR.
My problem is I get sick.
It's so annoying. Yeah, I don't like motion
I had
sickness.
a sponsored video for a VR game. It was like this VR shooter game.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, that was the worst sponsored thing. Like the game was okay, but
You just were thrown.
I literally I could play for 10 minutes and then I was like violently ill. It took me like 7 hours to record 45 minutes worth of footage because I literally like I couldn't. I had to step away for like an hour each time it started to make me nauseous.
Do you always get motion sick in VR, or just was that game like? kinda weird?
If it's a VR game where you move,
Okay.
like
That makes
even
sense.
the teleport ones can fuck me up a little bit. Like if it's just
Yeah.
a VR game like Super Hot where you're just standing still and doing it.
Super Hot's fun.
Yeah, that's I'm fine with that. But like any game that's
Yeah.
like, what was the?
like, can you do Beat
I
Saber?
think have
Yeah, I can do Beat Saber.
ever
Didn't they
played
do that?
Pavlov?
Yeah, the Pavlov. I haven't done that.
It's like it's like a CS type of thing.
Yeah, isn't there isn't there like a Half-Life game?
Alex.
was-
Yeah,
yeah.
Half-Life Alex.
Like that,
yeah.
I think that game would fuck me up. That game would make me throw
I
up.
love
game might
Job
be-
and Vacation Simulator. Those
Yeah,
goofy,
I
like,
did
the
Job
slow-paced
Simulator.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a vacation. I might have to try
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, that one's funny.
I did Super Hot in VR, and that shit's an exercise.
Super Hot's
You are-
really fun.
It's fun, but you were just like
When I first had VR stuff at the house, like that would like
Bending
if,
everywhere.
If I had people come over, I'm like, all right, we're gonna have fucking VR set up and watch people play Super Hot because
Yeah.
it's just funny to watch people.
it is fun.
But
I believe more in VR than I do in, say, like Web3. Like, since our last episode, NFTs have come and gone. Like, clearly that's
no,
not
they're coming
sticking.
back. Right now's the time to
just
buy.
wait.
They're all down.
Yeah,
Buy at the bottom.
Go buy your $20,000 ape JPEG.
I actually got 4 of them, so
Oh well.
I need money.
Buy a mouse pad, please.
Bored Ape
Please.
Poverty Club.
Yeah, did
at
you
this
buy
point?
any? Anyway, I don't think I'm trying to think if I
No,
bought
not
any
any.
NFT things. I don't think I did.
I bought NFT things, but not
I
any
bought
of,
some
like,
crypto.
I
That's
bought,
all
like,
worth nothing
I bought
now.
actual
That was
digital
awesome.
art because I was hoping that's what NFTs were gonna be. So I was like buying actual digital art from artists.
Yeah,
And then it turns out NFTs are just a collectible. So
it was just either a
Turn into
collectible or a pump and dump.
both.
Yeah.
A collection of pump and dumps, really.
I'm trying to see what's going on with my.
But-
Let me see my crypto.
Yeah, I never really touched crypto.
I got into crypto a little bit like 8 years ago. and so I
2016, the
gained a
first
little
boom?
bit.
Yeah.
So I gained a little bit, but I never put in enough just because I've never been confident enough in it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's just.
I think in that
don't know.
first boom, I bought a couple of Ethereum and then sold them like a month later because I was like, I don't want to keep up with this shit. Like, what is this?
Dude, I spent 1 Ethereum on like a subscription when like Ethereum was like $150 or like $200 for an Ethereum,
yeah.
and it, like a couple years later, it was like 3,000.
Yeah,
It's
say it's
fuck,
like-
that's brutal.
what is it?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's at now, like
I think it's
1500 or
like
somewhere.
16 or something.
Yeah,
But
something like that.
I mean, if you bought Ethereum 10 years ago, you know you're up. But
Yeah.
most people didn't.
10 years from now, I hope I'm hanging on to it.
Might be worth 1,700.
I'm hoping this imaginary money buys me a new house.
Yeah, the whole crypto and NFT things are. I feel like it's almost like a pipe dream. But
I was
I
just
don't know.
hoping that at some point it would be like a cool integration into video games, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen.
Well, we're still waiting for Dr. Disrespect's crypto game.
I think it's just it's too
Dead drop.
It's too unreliable.
More
and
like Dead on
bouncy.
Arrival.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dead drop, dead on a run.
Yeah,
The game's dead. You better drop it. How about that?
I don't really want to play this game because I know I won't be able to choose my pronouns, and
True.
that's just like,
Dr. Disrespect ain't putting that in there. Fuck no.
What do you mean I can't get NFTs as a they them? This is fucking ridiculous.
I want to be a Zer NFT collector personally.
One of the ideas I had or wanted to something I wanted to see like in a game. Like imagine every time you buy a copy of the new Call of Duty or whatever, all of your guns that every person gets when they buy the game are like an individual item, like an NFT. Not doesn't matter whether they hold value or not. Maybe they do, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
But it's an item that's like tracked in the game.
Mhm.
So if I get a gun or if someone does some crazy clip or something, like
Oh, it's
imagine. Yeah, it's like that's on this fucking. That's the gun, dude. That's
Yeah.
the gun that fucking
Just-
phase
and then you could
fuck
have, like- you
ass
could have,
hit
like, a
the
link of
sick
it.
ass 360 on, dude.
like all the cool clips you hit can be like tied to it, so you can
Yeah.
click it, be like, these are all the clips that have been hit with this fucking sick ass.
That's
Exactly.
essentially what CS
That could
skins
be
are,
cool.
right? Usable NFTs.
Sorta, yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
just-
just there's a marketplace for it.
yeah. I mean, it's like their own.
My
blockchain.
inventory is worth a lot more now than I ever paid for it.
You ever seen my
My-
camouflage flippy flappy butter
Dude, if I
knife?
kept all my
Worth 3
fucking
million?
skins, I would be a millionaire. I think right now. I had so many skins from all
Yeah.
my gambling days.
Well, yeah, because you cheated to get them.
Hey, no, that was 1.6.
Oh, my
Skins
bad,
weren't
my
even
bad.
in. The only skins you had at 1.6 is going to fucking FPS Banana and downloading them.
Skins were added in Go, right? They weren't in Source.
I think so. Yeah. I don't. Because I want to say. Yeah, I think Source you still did. You just downloaded like MDL files and like put them in, and like you could just shoot with a booby if you wanted to. Dude, it was so much fun.
Shoot with a booby.
Dude, FPS Banana before Valve
FPS
actually
banana.
no,
Like a
that's what the site was called. You could download like mods for like all these different games and change like player models. Like you could have anime girls running around shooting fucking dildos if you want. Like
See, now that sounds
It's like
kind
what we do with Gmod.
complete customizable. I mean, yeah, it's the same era. I mean, it's the same
Yeah.
engine pretty much. But it was just you could do all of it, and it was just so much fun. Like you just had these dumb skins.
I mean, you have to have Counter-Strike for Gmod to work the way we do it. So that's probably where it's
Yeah.
coming from.
But
Similar code.
that was great because you could have every skin you ever wanted, and it was free, and it looked different. My M4, I could make my M4 a light machine gun. I could be Rambo walking around if I wanted.
Now that sounds awesome.
Everyone else could be naked.
Hell yeah.
I could get naked girl models.
Oh, I'm sure
Oh my
12
God.
John
Sweet.
was like,
No, I didn't do that because my computer's in the back room. I don't want to play Counter-Strike, and my dad's like, "What's that game?" Don't worry about it.
can I play
Yeah,
Team
then he would hop on and I'd never get to play no more.
My dad actually showed me Counter-Strike. He's who got me into Counter-Strike.
That's
Your
awesome.
dad's a gamer?
Oh yeah, he's been.
Does
he's
he still
gamed my whole
game?
life. Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays a lot of Rocket League now,
Yeah.
which is interesting. Rocket League and Fortnite.
Fuck, your dad plays Fortnite. That's dope.
Yeah. I
For
don't-
those two games, he's got to have crazy reaction speed.
Well, he said he hates Fortnite because everyone just plays it.
But he
and
still
builds a
plays
whole
it?
bunch. Sometimes I don't know what he does in it,
That's
but
the gamer move
but
right
yeah,
there.
it seems like that's kind of standard.
I hate that game. I'm gonna play it every day.
But I remember
That was my career with Call of Duty for a long time.
I think that's everyone with Call of Duty. It seems like. But there was a game I remember he had because you guys remember Volition, the people that did Saints Row that like just shut down.
Yeah.
I was looking at them and I was like going through everything they ever made, and I saw just a logo of a game, and I remember like it matched a game I remember my dad having called like Descent. I don't remember the actual point of the game. It was like this 30-year-old game, and I've had like this logo in my head forever. And it wasn't until Volition went out of business, I was like, what did they make? And I see this game, I'm just like, holy shit, that was the game. I've been trying to like know what
Just
it was
unlock some memory.
for so long.
Yeah.
Because it was just like this blue lightning looking orb. It was simple, but it was like so cool for how old it is. And it's just, I finally found out. I was like, cool. Do you have the box? He was like, I don't know. I'm like, bitch. Because I wanted the box.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of like,
eBay.
I found one like 300 games and for like Windows.
Yeah,
It had,
I'm trying to think of like
Solitaire, but it was
I'm
just,
trying
like,
to think
so
of like
many
the
old
oldest
ones.
computer games I played. Like the first video game I remember playing is like Paperboy on like the SNES.
Okay.
But I remember on PC I had well actually that PC might have been the first games I played. I played like fucking like Candyland, Tonka Construction. Tonka Construction.
Did you ever play
was
the Lego
shit.
games?
Yes, I played them on
Yes.
PS2. Yeah, the
The
Lego
Lego
games on
games are
PS2.
fun.
But these are literally when I was like 7 or 8 years old, I think. Like Tonka Construction and Candyland.
I had Tonka. Do you have any of the Tonka actual trucks, like the full metal
Fuck
trucks?
yeah, I
Oh,
did. I had a
yeah.
full
yeah.
metal Tonka dump
the
truck
dump truck?
and a
Yeah.
sandcastle. It was so fun until
I
the
had the
neighbor's
big
cat
dump
started
truck.
shitting in it. It was so fun.
Yeah, that part.
And then I had to use my fucking my Tonka backhoe to scoop the shit out.
I had one of
God
those.
damn it!
One of those little sandboxes that it was like shaped like a turtle. Did you
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
that
I didn't, but
sandbox?
my cousin did. I remember.
I had the turtle sandbox.
Yeah.
I think mine was like a dinosaur. It was like a purple one.
Mine was a
That's
wooden one
sick.
my dad built. It was pretty cool. He built like this. It was like it was a double decker.
Ooh.
Yeah, you had like a lower section, and then up higher there was like more deeper sand. It was a second level.
Shit.
That's
Yeah.
fancy as hell.
And then it started growing weeds in it.
Start growing weed in it.
Yeah. Well,
Hell
not
yeah.
not weed.
Oh,
Oh,
well, that got
lost
lame.
my interest.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though. A double decker sandbox seems like it could also be very dangerous though. That's a lot of weight. Unless it wasn't
Yeah.
like, was it above the other one?
Well, it was like picture a
like
box that's
offset.
built, but one half of the box is just built
Okay.
taller with a divider.
Oh.
I mean,
I thought it was
when
like,
you're a kid, you
like
thought
the
it was
deep end of the
huge. I'm
pool.
sure it was probably
Yeah.
only like a foot tall in
Hey,
one
that's
section, like
still-
6 inches in the other.
that's still unique. I've never
Yeah.
seen a multi-level sandbox.
That's
Except
what
for
I had,
beach,
dude.
maybe.
You know, it was different childhood.
I'm
bro.
so jealous.
cool.
Yeah, we had the sick house in the neighborhood, dude.
I'm still trying to think of what
So
my first
jealous.
computer game was. I think it was Dave Mirra BMX.
I remember that on PS1.
Yeah.
I played it on the
I had
PC.
sports games on PS1.
That was the first time I ever heard Deftones. It was Shut Up and Drive was on that soundtrack.
Trying to think of
Classic Deftones song.
I'm thinking it was the Kesha one or whatever. It's
I
like,
also
"Shut up
played
and
Unreal
drive,
2,
drive,
not Unreal
drive."
Tournament. It was just Unreal
Oh yeah.
2. I played Area 51, an alien shooter.
Is that? I feel like I remember that one.
Any of you guys ever played Red Faction back in the day? That was one of my favorite game
No.
series.
I heard.
You're a
of it.
Civ fan. What did you? How long did you play Civ?
Civ 3 was my first Civ game that I played. That was like, what was that? 2005 or something like that, I think.
80 years ago. I'm almost done with it now.
Because if I was playing Unreal 2, that must have been when I was like 11 or 12.
Civ 3,
so that would've
all
been
I
like
did-
02.
Civ 3, all I did was I would put it on like the easiest mode possible.
And then murder. 'em
I would
all.
pick, I think I would pick like the Germans or something because they were like the most,
Oh,
they were like the quick, I don't know. One of them was like the quickest like developing.
They had great ingenuity
he,
there.
he really liked their belief system.
Well, yeah. I would expand as quick as possible.
I'd
and
give
then
them all meth.
and then I would advance my like science until I got nukes, and then I would produce fucking hundreds of
Motherfucker
nukes,
literally-
and I would just fucking nuke everyone.
Come on, Jimmy. Pay
It was so
attention.
fun.
New
That
Age
was-
Oppenheimer over here.
This was AI. I didn't play. This wasn't against other people. I was fucking nuking the NPCs, dude. It
As a
was so-
12-year-old kid.
Yeah, I would fucking nuke the same city 3
Everyone will
times.
die. I never got into civs.
I didn't either.
know.
A lot of those like Civ or like all the tycoon games, they just weren't for
did-
me.
I'm excited. Cities Skylines 2.
I was gonna say
is
I did
coming
like
out.
Cities and Sim Tower. I think it was my favorite simulator.
I remember the
game.
first day I played City Skylines. That was the first time I had played I never played Sim City,
Mhm.
but I played City Skylines when it came out, and I streamed it. And I
I remember
remember I
that.
was like, "Oh, this game looks fun. I'm gonna stream it for a couple hours."
8
Dude.
hours later.
11 hours.
jeez.
11 hours I streamed the game, and
Yeah.
it literally
Time
felt like
vanishes.
like if you would have asked me at the end of that without looking at the time, like how long do you think you played? I was like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
It was 11 hours.
well, shit. When the new one comes out,
It
it's not a
keeps you
kick
busy.
deal. Get a new streaming
Yeah,
contract.
true.
it just keeps you so busy. Like you don't really have time to like think about other shit because it's like as long as you're playing, it's like, oh, citizens need this. Oh, fuck, water. Oh, electricity. Oh, gotta make more people. I love it. City Skylines.
Like ADHD the game.
Yeah, I probably will stream it a lot when it comes out because that game is really fun. The only problem is I had to download mods to deal with traffic because like
there's a lot of cool. You can get some crazy.
Well, the problem is the actual like the default programming of like the actual city folk, the people running around your city.
Yeah,
they don't do shit that makes any sense. So like,
do anybody
on
in
the
city?
highway on the highway you would make like a 6-lane highway to like help increase traffic flow.
And they're all just on
they
the
would
left
all
lane.
be in one lane all the time, and it's like someone would be coming into the highway. Like the highway's going here, someone would come in to merge. Every lane's open, but they would want to get in this fucking lane. So
That's Texas drivers right
so
there.
the traffic would just stay backed up. It was so
Is
you
that
had
a
to, you had to-
glitch, or do you have to teach them?
It's probably a
it's
big
just
glitch.
it's just bad programming on the actual like traffic of it.
it's
But
a pretty old
you
game
could get
now.
mods that would fix it.
It's like what, an 8-year-old game or something?
I think it came out like 2013. Yeah, I think it's like 10 years almost.
Damn.
Maybe not 2013. It was like probably
I guess
2014.
I guess you
15.
get 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun one though. There was another like Sim Tower one that got, I can't remember what it was called, but same sort of premise where you're just looking up at a tower, managing like rooms and everything, and you're making like a hotel. But I'd put it that way. But Sim Tower
Fallout had a similar game like that, right? The Vaults,
76.
the mobile game.
Yeah.
No, there's like a mobile game.
Wasn't it? I thought that wasn't. Oh no, it was Fallout Shelter is what it was called.
Fallout
Was it?
Shelter,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's it. That's it. Not Vaults.
It just came out at the same time as 76.
Yeah.
Didn't it? Yeah,
People were loving that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get into it that much. It felt a little bit because I felt like on that one you're caring for your citizens instead of like your building.
Yeah,
But, like, Sim
I
Tower,
don't give
you're
a
like-
fuck about the people.
Yeah, the only thing about Sim Tower is like, oh, these guys are either happy or sad, and if they're too happy, I increase their rent until I get someone else.
You're too happy. Taxes.
Well, if they're happy, then it's like, well, I might as well get a little bit more money. I'm a struggling landlord, goddammit. Like, come on.
Life is hard out here.
I know. Like, I own 50 apartments. Like, please, just give me a little extra.
I feel like there's gonna be a new Sims game soon. They haven't
Sims-
announced anything, but Sims 4 came out like 7-8 years
Would it
ago. I
be
feel like.
Sims 5.
Yeah, Sims 5.
Dude, just talking about the early. I found the original Sims CD in my
Damn.
dad's collection. I picked it up. It just said The Sims, no numbers, nothing.
That'd be kind of a fire art piece. Fucking mount
The
that shit on the wall.
Sims.
How old is that? 90s?
Probably, yeah. I would have to. I mean, because Sims 4. I mean, you said what? Sims 4 was how long ago?
Let's see. I'm checking.
Sims 4 was probably 2017,
So I mean, yeah, probably
16.
or 2000s. I'm sure.
I don't know.
Because I feel like Sims stick around for a while because they got to have some like middle time so they can just actually get all their money from DLCs. Since they
Yeah.
have like 500.
Well, that was the thing with
DLCs.
Sims 4. They like stripped away a ton of features from Sims 3,
Mhm.
and then like
they made
started
it all
adding in all
DLC.
this DLC. Yeah. Fucking EA.
Oh, wow.
And it's like it
Those
is
EA bastards.
expensive.
Yeah.
DLC,
2000.
too.
February
The
4th,
original
2000.
Sims.
I thought it was older than that. I was going to say like
I
early
think-
to mid 90s.
Yeah, I think the only early mid 90s game I think I know is like Half-Life. I think that's the oldest game that I've played and know. I mean, there's definitely older games.
Pokemon for me.
Yeah, I guess
Well,
Pokemon.
Madden. I've been playing Madden since the early
When
90s.
did the first Pokemons come out?
96 in Japan, I think.
98
here.
US. Yeah.
Well, I think Half-Life was out in 90s, 91. Because CS was a mod for Half-Life, and then it got put into a real game in like
is that how that
2000.
worked?
Yeah.
That's
So I want to say
cool.
1.6. I think 1.6 was around 2000, 2001 maybe. I don't remember. It was fun. I remember, dude. There's so many. I mean, I miss that guy. I miss old.
I'm trying to think the first
I miss
shooter.
when I didn't have to make videos.
The first shooter I ever played. I'm trying to think. I think it was like a James Bond game or something.
Oh, like Goldfingers.
Like no, like Nightfire.
Oh.
007 Nightfire, I think it was called on the PS2. No, I don't remember if there were really shooters on PS1
ever
because
do,
you
like-
didn't even have dual analog sticks on the PS1 back in the day.
Did you not? I'm not. I felt like you did.
You had one on the right and then the D-pad, I think. Actually, no, the PS1 had no analog sticks. Didn't
Oh,
have
yeah,
any.
You're right. It didn't. Yeah, I remember it
Yeah.
now. It just had the buttons and there's nothing here.
Yeah.
And
Shit,
then
that's
on
right.
the PS2 is when they added the analog. or
And the dual shock technology that vibrated.
Oh, yeah, wow. And they've never changed it since. It's like Porsche with the 911. This works.
just literally something that jiggles. I mean,
Yeah.
don't really need too complex for a vibration. Just put it up my butt.
Do you guys like the PlayStation controller? I've never been able to adjust to a DualShock. I don't like the size of
I
it.
like the new PS5 controller
That's
more
nice.
than the
Which one's
the
the PS5?
Xbox. The PS5 is the white one that's like it looks like fucking alien technology to be honest. Here, I'm gonna find a picture.
I still think this 360 is the best controller.
I think that's the best controller ever.
But yeah,
made,
I was gonna say I have like knockoffs of the 360, and I prefer those way more.
That's what I use for my computer.
It's big
still.
and it just feels. It just feels like it
everything
fits
about
right.
it just feels right in the hand. It's shaped.
That's the PS5 controller.
Okay,
I have the white mutant
the
looking
one
thing.
before
It's
that.
basically an Xbox controller.
I like it. It's pretty good.
Did you guys ever do any Nintendos or GameCubes? You guys ever play those?
I remember my cousin had a
Handhelds.
GameCube and I would play it sometimes.
PSPs, dude.
I only ever did Nintendo handhelds. I had a Game Boy and then a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP,
Yeah.
and then eventually the Wii.
So my parents
Yeah.
didn't let
I
me
never
have
played
gaming
N64.
systems growing up because they were too distracting. So I read books mostly, but I was allowed to have
Fucking nerd.
but I was
what a
allowed to have a
loser.
Game Boy. That was like the caveat. So I would just
That's even worse. I feel
right
like.
because I could take it everywhere.
Yeah, right.
I think it was for them to get me to shut the fuck up on road trips. They're like, "Here, play this, you little child." But I would play the shit out of handheld games, dude.
Mhm.
They were just I don't know because it was all that I
Easy,
had.
Yeah.
So I fell in love with like 8-bit top-down JRPGs,
Yeah.
Pokemon, Golden Sun, Final Fantasies. Like,
I played the shit out of Game Boy Advance.
yeah,
That was my
But
shit.
they're amazing consoles. Like that, the first what was it? The
Kinda
first
revolutionary
DS that
thinking
came out
about
that had Game Boy Advance game cartridges at the bottom, and then the
Oh,
little
yeah.
slots at the top so you could do everything.
Yeah.
Oh man, that console changed my life when that thing came out.
Some crazy technology going. I feel like they weren't really appreciated for what they really were back then. It's
No,
kind
they
of
were
crazy.
changing the game.
Well, now they
Yeah.
are. Now there's
Yeah.
companies that make like
They had
Yeah, now they
touchscreen
make,
systems
like,
before our phones
design-
had
yeah,
them.
they
like-
make like really nice ones that like can emulate every
Yeah.
game ever made for every like
Yeah.
handheld.
Yeah.
It was
Pretty
such
cool.
a good system.
There's actually a channel I follow specifically for that.
Like the Soldier Game Boy.
What?
Soldier Boy made one of those.
Yeah,
He took like a fucking Alibaba Express fucking knockoff Game Boy thing and then branded it as
emulated it
the
with
Soldier
everything.
console or whatever.
Oh my god. I'm sure that was
the
incredible.
first rapper to ever do it, though. He was the first
Yeah, there's
rapper
a-
to ever rap.
Yeah, he just does a bunch of shit that no one wants to do because it's a fucking pointless waste of time. He's like, first to do it.
Hey man, he's
And the last.
I think actually someone made a console after it. I feel like someone started working on a console afterwards. But I also could be deluded and insane. So
Don't know.
Wasn't Valve working on a console for a while, and then they just shifted?
They
and
made
went-
it.
Well, they have the
made it. The
Steam
Steam Deck.
Well, they were actually working on like a home console.
Oh
like a
yeah, the
Valve
Ouija
box.
or something like that.
Were
The
they?
Steam, the Ouija.
oh, wait, that does sound familiar.
Something
I
like
thought that was
that.
Google. No, that's the Stadia.
No,
I
Google
don't remember.
Stadia.
That one's gone now.
Yeah, they gave me a bunch of money and then
Chances are that's
disappeared.
what happened. Is the Stadia went bye bye. They're like, and Steam was like, well, that's
I
not
did a
gonna
bunch
work.
of sponsor stuff for Google Stadia, and it was okay. The
Yeah.
problem was it's just you're never gonna get around like the latency.
Yeah, it's
like,
still
it's just impossible.
cloud-based.
Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're streaming a game. There's input delay of the game information getting to you, you giving an input, and that going back to the game, and that's literally like physics
Yeah.
because of traveling information. Like
Yeah.
it can only go at the speed of light.
I'm
So
looking
you better have
forward
a
to
server in
PlayStation's
your
take on
town,
that,
or
though.
you're having lag.
Isn't that
Pretty
did
much.
PlayStation announce something like that, where it's like the remote, like sort of like what you can do with like the Asus ROG Ally or whatever, the ROG Ally.
Yeah.
Where you like stream games to this handheld device.
Oh yeah.
So I think Sony's making one for the PlayStation 5. It's only going to be like $200 or $300.
Yeah. How does the Steam Deck work? The Steam Deck's like
I think it's almost like
I think
it's
it
kind of
actually
like a
has games on
computer.
it.
it's if it's in your house, you can stream from your computer, I think.
I think so.
Probably.
I
But
think it
you
actually
can
has storage
also
on it.
you can
Download
also
it and take it.
install the games, I feel like, and take it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can install. I think it even has like I don't know if it has a drive that you can put like card. Probably not because I think it's.
I
what
think
would
it
they
just
put
has like
in
an
there?
internal SSD or something.
Yeah, maybe that. But I mean, it seems great because I think it's like an actual computer. Like you can
Yeah.
do anything you want.
That
It's
shit's dope. My problem is I just don't like
it's like a juiced up
I don't-
PSP.
I don't game anymore outside of like content.
don't either.
Really. It's like if I'm going on a trip or something, like I don't want to play games.
That's one of those things I would buy in hopes that it would help me want to game again. And then it would just
Then
sit
it
on my
sits
desk
there.
and stare at me for years.
I knew I shouldn't have bought you.
Right.
The only games I play casually are Tetris and Minesweeper, and League of Legends when I hate myself enough.
How often do you casually play Minesweeper?
So whenever I play it, I'll usually play like 20 or so games, just see how it. I mean, keep in mind, games usually last like 2-3 minutes maybe, or
Right.
less if I fail. But then I just sit there, and then it gets to a point where I'm trying to click, and then I try to right click, and I keep on left clicking, and that's when I'm done with it. But it's probably like 2 times a week I do it. It's not super frequent.
Yeah.
Just when I'm bored or like waiting on a video to render, I'm just like, bitch.
You might be the only person that's ever told me that they actually play that game.
I think it's fun. I mean, it's simple. People somehow struggle at it.
I think it was. I don't think it was from you, but I think it was from Chill. I think Chilled Chaos. I think he uploaded back in the day on like Machinima or Machinima Respawn, him playing Minesweeper, and that was the first time I learned that there's actually a strategy to
What the
it.
numbers mean? It's how many bombs are close.
I had no idea, dude. I thought you just click and hope for the best.
That's how I played it.
That's how I went through my whole childhood.
That's how I played it as a kid.
People still think that. Like, I play Minesweeper, like, wait, there's actual strategy to this? I'm like, what the fuck do you think the numbers mean,
I had no idea.
I just
Well,
thought
back
that it
as
meant
a
I was
kid,
getting a
I
high
get it.
score.
I thought they were fucking points. I was like, oh, I just cleared a big area with a bunch of 4s and 3s. I fucking killed that shit.
Bro, I'm rich. Point rich baby.
I think I did that when I was a kid, but then I grew up. I was like, oh, duh. And then the best time I ever got is hard 99 mines, minute 58, cleared the whole board.
Damn.
That
was-
sounds
I-
impressive. I have no clue.
Haven't gotten close to it since.
What's the world record? Do you know?
I don't know. Probably under a minute. Probably like 40 seconds, if not less. But I don't know if on world record if they're full random or not. I haven't looked into it, but you can have like the same board and then just essentially have to like memorize.
I wanted to do this for a.
Like a Rubik's Cube.
I wanted to do
Yeah.
this for a video where I just break a bunch of world records that like don't exist.
Just be careful. You can't put world record anymore in the title and thumbnail.
Oh yeah, the Guinness motherfuckers are like
Yeah.
going after people if you put world record in your title and shit. Apparently.
Yeah, but maybe the beer
Why?
should go after Guinness.
Did they trademark world record?
True.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably.
Who should go after Guinness?
Guinness, the beer.
I'm pretty sure that's who owns it. It's
Really?
Like, well, it's like with Michelin Tires has Michelin stars for restaurants. It's the same company.
This is opening my. Mike over there says no.
What?
That doesn't sound right.
Look it up right now.
I'm looking at.
I'm not playing, bitch.
Like,
I'm looking up.
To be fair, I always thought that. I'm like, why is the tire company rating it?
It's
But
Michelin.
I never actually
It's like
confirmed with
Hitachi.
myself.
They make vibrators for clits and then they make fucking earth movers for construction people.
Yeah, Hitachi is one of the weird. They do everything. It seems like, and it's funny because they're like known for quality in both of those things.
They were the same until 2001.
Oh, well, they just didn't
Damn,
change the
yeah.
name.
The fact that they were though is interesting.
Could you imagine if Michelin was still involved and when you get your star, it's just that big bubbly Michelin guy shows up?
He's
He's
the
like, here's
chef.
your star, fucker. Eats all the food.
So it was the other
So I
one.
think Guinness is actually
The Guinness
associated with the
one?
world records. I could be
Right.
wrong.
The Guinness and World Records, like the beer.
Yeah, that's what it was linked until 2001.
I thought that was Michelin.
No, that's
No,
good.
Guinness.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
that was Guinness?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
wait. So what about Michelin?
I thought you checked Michelin. That's my fault. I
No,
misunderstood.
Michelin. I think that's true. I think
No,
that is
okay.
true with Michelin. Yeah.
Okay.
100%,
Okay.
Yeah. And I think
Okay.
the Michelin Man and Pillsbury Doughboy are closely related.
They definitely fuck.
What about the Oscar Mayer winner?
Huh?
What about
We
the-
saw a hot dogger on the way
we
here.
saw the Wienermobile.
We
on
saw the
way here.
Wienermobile.
It was the best
That
day
boy
of my
was
life.
moving too.
It was so worth
gotta
coming
find
down
it.
here for that.
Yeah, show the cameras.
I love seeing big wieners.
Look at that. Certified hot dogger right
That's
there.
a nice hot dog. Is that their 16 wheelers? Is that what they drive around and drop off hot dogs to retail locations?
I don't know, but I've looked into buying one. I want to own one.
Just buy a Pontiac Fiero and make one.
Yeah.
Just find Oscar be like, ask
That's
him
why
if you can trade the deuce.
every weird shaped vehicle is a Pontiac Fiero base.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just trade the deuce for one. I'm sure they would
Is that
do
or
it.
an MR2
John, when the fuck are you gonna get your license?
I have a license.
to paint?
Yep. And to kill. Eventually. Whenever I get a car.
We're
Usually
talking
you get a
about
license first so you can drive it.
Well, how am I going to go get a license?
No,
without
it
a
didn't.
car?
Well, you can just do what Brian
Did you
did. Buy
hear
a
about-
$30,000 fake car.
I think we
Yeah,
talked
we'll
about
do
that
that.
story on one of these episodes about Nogla bought a car without having a license. He had to have his neighbor drive him to the dealership, pay for the car, and then his neighbor
Wait, his-
drove the car and him back.
Okay, well, I'm not going to do that.
He has a license now, though. But
Oh.
Well, I'm just probably going to get like some cheap ass car that I can just
A to
drive
B.
in.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Probably a
Stupid.
cheap truck.
Why would you do that?
And then I'll
Buy-
just drive illegally
Buy
until
a
I
dumb,
get
flashy
busted.
car for no reason, John.
Ooh, okay. Maybe I'll get a Lamborghini.
There you go. See?
Can't even afford one, but
You could buy a used one.
maybe. One without wheels.
Yeah.
Just buy the wheel.
I just do like, I roll around and like,
Just like a unicycle. You just make a unicycle out of a Lamborghini wheel.
I'm down. Can I have one?
No.
You got a spare laying
Just a
around?
wheel.
Mr. Beast has hella Lamborghinis. He keeps destroying them in videos and stuff.
Who does
As
he
you
think he
do.
is? Whistling Diesel?
Well, yeah.
He's trying to be.
He just said
Copycat.
it's just if you put Lamborghini in the he did the Lamborghini versus Shredder as like his last video or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's always a fucking clapped out Gallardo.
That was a decommissioned one.
Yeah, it had no
Shredder-
engine in it.
Did he drive a Lamborghini at that rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That's Shredder.
No, this
Oh,
was a
that
big
Shredder.
industrial one.
Oh.
Like
I
an
would-
actual shredder.
I would have fucking watched that. It's just Shredder. Just
Speaking of
Go
Mr.
to
Beast, did you
town
see
to Gallardo?
the Jacksepticeye Mr. Beast drama
Oh,
on
that
Twitter?
was fun.
know what happened.
Yeah. Jacksepticeye was doing like he had a polygraph test or something,
like a lie detector.
and they asked him like, "Do you like Mr. Beast or something like that?"
Yeah, it was
or
like,
what-
I think it was pretty much that.
and
It's
he was like, "No, he ruined YouTube or whatever."
yeah.
And then there was like that went on,
He was
that
like,
went
he
viral
made it
on
all
Twitter.
about like fame and money and cloud and like getting popular, not
Yeah.
actually having
And then
the
Mr.
fun
Beast
anymore
responded
type
to
of
it.
stuff.
They've hashed it out
Except in
since. Like
Irish.
they're good now, but it started like an interesting conversation on like, did Mr. Beast ruin the fun
Yeah.
of YouTube?
Or did he
And I
just
was
up
like-
the standard?
I was like, yeah, in a sense, he ruined the fun because he's like the first true like try hard at YouTube, where like he
Yeah.
literally tries to optimize everything. That's his entire goal. But also, it's like that was bound to happen. Like there's just enough money and enough attention on YouTube now that people are gonna like really fucking
Yeah.
actually
it's
produce some
becoming-
dope shit.
Yeah. It's all
And
about
there's still an
perfection.
audience for people that just have fun.
And
I don't know if I
it's
could
just
blame
that
Mr.
big.
Beast for that as much as I could blame like television networks trying to bring their shows to YouTube, like
True.
Jimmy Kimmel, and then YouTube only pushing Kimmel and late
Yeah.
night
Yeah.
shows. Like that ruined YouTube for me. At least Mr. Beast is a content creator. He's
Yeah.
not a fucking corporate identity.
Well,
Well, it's sort of
Jacksepticeye
now.
was like, "Oh, you can't tell me he has fun doing it." It's like, no, that's what Mr. Beast has fun doing.
And- 'cause
is,
wasn't- I
like
feel like one
trying
of
to
the
optimize and get the most views and make the most like insane video possible. That's
Yeah,
literally,
one of
like,
the complaints was like he would make the videos longer if he had fun doing
it's
them.
like no, he
I was like,
he specifically
well, that one
tries
I
to
don't
do
know.
the optimal length.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know about that argument.
That's
It's
one
like,
thing I'm starting to learn as I'm like getting more into therapy and becoming more self-aware is like it's okay to understand that other people have different perspectives on life and I don't have to understand it.
Yeah.
I just don't need to. It's okay
Yeah.
to be like he just approaches YouTube differently than me.
Yeah, I used to like, I would like throw shade and subtweet and shit about like just different creators that would do shit that I didn't like. Well, whatever it was, like fucking
Yeah.
clickbait or fucking dumb shit or like fucking Jake Paul being an idiot or whatever it would be. But now it's like I
Next
don't.
botching match.
Now it's like
that
it doesn't. I
bulge.
don't care. They're not taking views away from me. It's
Yeah.
they have their own thing. They have an audience that want like.
I will
I don't know.
always talk shit about people who make TikToks where they lip sync and they can't get the words to match up with their mouth.
True.
Though.
That's
I'm
valid.
sorry.
That's
If you can't
valid.
even get that
I
right,
mean that's another. I mean it's one thing to like
I
talk
hate
shit and
when I
make fun
see
of that. It's another thing to be like this is bullshit. Like people are watching this guy making this
right.
dog shit content. It's like ultimately
like
who
people
cares?
complain
That
about
needs to be
like
called
titty
out exactly
streamers.
like that.
Like they're
I
not
love
taking your
titties.
views away.
They're taking my views away from doing anything else because I can't stop staring at those fucking titties.
I can't get anything done because I'm staring at them. That's why my viewership.
Yeah, they are ruining my content.
Yeah,
Damn
no, it's,
women.
it's women's fault.
Women
if
and
anything,
those
they're probably
tits
just
they
bringing
got.
more viewership to the platform.
Probably.
I mean, if I go to Twitch, I can see some titties, and then after the 10 minutes, they realize they're not actually going to pull them out.
Yeah, they
and then they go
pretend.
and watch somebody
Did you ever
else.
see? I can't remember her name. But have you seen the girl who
I know exactly what you're talking
stands
about.
off to the side of the screen?
Jumping jacks.
Stands up to the side of the screen, and there's an iPad on screen with a timer, and she holds her finger by the timer, and the stream title is something like "When the timer ends, I do bikini squats in front of the camera" or something like that, like string bikini squats, whatever.
Never ends.
The timer never ends, and she's actually there the whole time. She
There's-
stands off to the side of the camera, holding a finger next to an iPad with a start button on a 3-second timer. And she's just like, all right, who's ready? Type 1 in the chat if you're ready for me to push the button. And then she gets distracted, starts talking to people. She's like, all right, guys, it's almost time.
It's so.
Let me know.
It's the
me
most
know if you're
farm
excited.
ever. Yeah, there's multiple.
You can
that
look
do that
probably
now.
right now, and she's streaming and doing it.
Yeah, I know one who starts with it who's always like staying to the
And she
side,
has
towel,
thousands
doing,
of
like,
viewers.
jumping jacks whenever we get to blah blah blah. I might be the same person you're.
That's one of the things where years ago I would have been pissed about it. Now I'm like, this is astonishing.
Dude, I go in there sometimes and I look at the chat. People get genuinely pissed.
Yeah, it's like
There's like, get on fucking cam already. I'm just like, bro, relax.
It's like, bro,
you are
don't
getting
get it.
farmed
Yeah,
so hard right
yeah,
now. It's
you
insane.
fucking idiot.
Like,
Get
Arieth
out.
was doing it the other day, and like, I was just looking at her chat, and they were getting so pissed. Because
Yeah,
she was
it's-
like, I'm counting, and she's like, yeah, I'm counting. And it's like every time someone subbed, she took away time, and then like waited like 30 seconds
just
before
one of
she even
those things-
counted another number. And
It's just one of those things where there's
I think
no
it's
real
hilarious.
like true victims because the people that are in there are they fucking deserve it. You're an idiot. You're a moron. You deserve to sit there and waste your life looking at this fucking person hold a finger over a button. And she is like clearly putting in some that like
sitting there for
That
that, long,
sucks.
just
yeah,
doing
she's
it.
there for 8 hours
That
doing
sucks.
nothing. That
Right.
sounds awful. Like it sounds
yes,
way
yes.
easier to
Too.
actually like stream and like do like game or something, do something rather
She's
than
just-
just stand there. But
Just baiting people for 8
she's
hours.
actually incredible at the baiting
unironically a
process, too.
master baiter.
Yeah.
Just like
There's
the
probably,
chat.
there's probably several in the chat. They're just sitting there, dick in hand. Please, yeah, god damn it!
Like that finger's looking pretty good.
Oh my god, I came before the timer.
You know what's happening? Oh yeah, all that shit is just—it's mind blowing.
Please get on cam. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
It's mind blowing to me. It's like
nuts,
just
but
open up any porn site
Right,
for
right.
2
I might have to
seconds.
start doing it where I'm like, I'm bending over and show my butthole on 5 seconds. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
the
huff it
problem
whole
is some of
time.
you out there are too horny for your own good.
True.
Okay, you need to in the moment be like, I am horny. Assess the problem, take the appropriate action,
and go jerk
crank
off.
it out, and then go be productive again.
Right.
I'll say
Don't sit there watching a stream for 6 hours hoping that some like a titty's gonna pop out. It ain't happening.
they have,
Especially if
they
you're
have
donating. Like,
pasties
at
and
least
shorts
use that
on.
money for an OnlyFans account. Like, go sub to her OnlyFans instead.
True.
Instead of donating on screen. Just
You know,
actually get
I
something
think
for that money.
Trainwrecks had a beautiful saying for it back in the day: "Jerk off before donating."
Yeah, a lot
it's a fitting one, you know.
a lot of men's problems could be solved if they had simply jerked off before making
Yeah.
any decision.
You could change
Generally,
that deed
I
just
think.
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That- I
Jerk
gave
off
that advice to
before.
my buddy recently. He's been going through a bad relationship, and it's very sexually driven. Like, it's a very toxic relationship, but he just wants that nut. So I'm like, bro, how about you save yourself a bunch of gas and a bunch of stress and get yourself a nice little fleshlight? Whenever you
Get the
think
Guac
about
Guac
texting her or
9000.
going down there, you just, I don't know, take the cap off and
Put a picture of her on it if you must.
Yeah, tape a picture on the front.
you can hate fuck it. You can whatever you want,
You
man.
can throw it against the damn wall when you're done and have all your semen.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad mess. You got a hole in the wall and it's covered in fucking wallpaper
pie.
paste.
I love cream pie on my fleshlights.
Makes me feel alive. It's the only time I feel alive.
Tough.
Honestly though, but seriously, like think about it. If he's driving 40 miles to and from each time, using
40
up gas
miles?
money on a truck. Yeah, because he's driving from Dayton to Cincinnati.
Just for some pussy?
And to be
It's-
belittled.
I mean, it sounds
Don't
like
forget
it's
that,
crazy.
too.
I guess so.
Oh yeah, the
He's
crazier the
into
person, the
something.
crazier the pie. But,
Well, I think he's also like
he could have used that. He
He's
could
into
have
it a
used
little
that
bit.
money on one of those like little fleshy silicone torsos that
He
you just
could
lay
have
on
gotten
your
a
bed.
full
and just,
doll.
like,
Yeah, he could get a real doll. Have you
Yeah.
seen the real dolls?
Those
They're
things
like,
are creepy.
they're like
though.
10 grand. Huh?
They're kind of creepy.
Not from behind.
True. I think but the
it's
weird
like
part
that. It's like that.
then you have
Megan,
to clean them, and you're carrying like 200 pounds of dead weight to the fucking tub.
I would
200 pounds, dude. You
I don't
got
know
the,
how much they
You got
cost.
the thick ones.
Well,
I'm
don't
just
they
gonna-
have like steel inside of them or metal to like bend them?
No, they're real. They're real dolls.
They got real people in them, dude.
okay, they
Bones
don't
and
have real.
shit.
Yeah, they got bones.
Oh shit.
It's actually just a corpse. They're only good for 1 or 2 goes before they stiffen up.
Fuck. Well, stiffen up could make it better. Oh, you never know. Just
They-
get them in the
they stay
position
in
you
that
like.
position.
I
like
mean,
a
they probably would be
taxidermied
pretty
animal.
heavy because now that I have the Moby Huge and I have a good assessment of how
True.
much that
And that
much
thing
that
weighs
much
a
silicone
lot.
sex toy weighs.
Yeah.
Because I think Soda Poppin has one, and he
They
said
weigh like 60
that
pounds.
it's a lot of weight.
And we shot the one. I have a
Gotta
new one.
take it outside
Yeah,
and
I got
put
a
a
new one.
hose
But
up there
we
to clean
shot
it.
the old one that I had, and we
Just power
revealed
wash
the
it.
insides. It has a PVC pipe in the middle to keep it rigid.
I've got one of mine too.
Because without it, that motherfucker is flopping around.
That'd be more fun if it flopped a bunch, though. You
Yeah.
should try to take the PVC pipe out and see what happens.
No, we did. It's currently in a. It's.
But
I
you said
still
you-
have the old one.
Yeah, but you said you shot it a whole bunch.
We shot the fuck out of it.
Well, yeah, but what if you
And
don't
we took
have
the
one?
PVC out of it because it all broke because we shot it. Like the PVC
Yeah,
broke.
that makes sense.
But it's out in the woods.
Is it still at your
And
property?
It's still at it's still at my property. It's out in the woods in a
archaeo-
fucking in a barrel.
Someone's gonna come across
archaeologists-
that. He's so confused.
Can you
man.
imagine in like 1800 years when archaeologists dig that up? They're gonna be like, "How big was this fucking guy?"
And why do you have a pipe in his dick?
Just want to sneak something in like that into a time capsule.
Just a time
a
capsule full
70
of
pound
Moby
cock.
Huges.
I don't know. You're sneaking that in anything.
Just a Moby Huge plus a real doll together. She's like hugging the Moby Huge, and that's it.
Like that is the time capsule.
Like the old archaeologist like finds at like fucking Mount Vesuvius or these like old like volcanoes, whatever. The two people like all cuddled up as they died.
Yeah.
It's like a real doll and a big fat fucking rubber swamp.
They look perfectly fine after 2,000 years because it's fucking
the
silicone.
silicone's preserved. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
shit.
I mean, we got time to burn, right?
Yeah, here let's transition. Are UFOs are the aliens real?
Here's the thing. UFO is such a tricky term.
Okay, UAP
Yes.
is the new current term that the government recognizes and has recognized
Okay,
is
well,
a
what's
thing.
UAP?
So we're talking about intelligent life, not
It
just
is-
the discs.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon. That is their current term.
I'm not
Because they don't
worried-
know if it's a craft per se.
But I would say it's still the same thing. If I throw something in the air, you don't know I threw it in the air. You don't know what I threw in the air, and you look at it just at the right time. That's a UAP.
Isn't that wild though? the government has
I think it's
admitted
because they're
and
bored.
recognized that there are some things in the sky that have been documented by human witnesses, devices of many different kinds, both video, radar, all the shit that they cannot explain.
I can tell you why. So that we can be distracted from the fact that the COVID vaccine turned us into homosexuals.
Yeah, and the Jew laser is burning Hawaii.
They shut it all
The Jew
down.
laser.
Damn.
Hawaii's on fire because of the Jew laser.
That's
You
right.
heard it here first.
An alien went by my house and I blacked out and I woke up with a Budweiser can in my asshole.
Yeah, I actually noticed.
And I started liking men all of a
I
sudden.
saw a UFO fly by and had a swastika on it. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
So I think it. Damn neo-Nazis
Did you see
got too much money.
the like the whistleblower guy or whatever that like testified?
Yeah.
That dude's full of shit though.
Yeah.
That dude's full of
there's-
shit. I
think
believe
that's
that
the
there are
problem
something
with it.
happening that they can't explain.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
guy who's like, yeah, it's spacecraft. We've recovered him. We have bodies of non-human origin. That
That
guy's
part
full
was
of
like,
shit.
It's just
if
like a
he could have
bear.
had all that besides the bodies of non-human origin. people
It's
been like-
probably Bigfoot. It's probably Bigfoot.
And the
He's
Loch
adva-
Ness.
Since we discovered him in the 60s or whatever, he's advanced and he's got craft
Shit.
now.
I
He's
mean,
trying to get the
we
fuck
never
out of
know.
here. Yeah, I don't blame him.
Tired of people taking fucking pictures of me while I'm just trying to walk.
Right? I'm just trying to shit, dude. Nessie too. Can I just take a bath? I'm just trying to take a bath. Poor Loch Ness monster.
Poor guys. Just
I mean, I think it would be
Torture.
ignorant to assume that we are the only intelligent life forms out there. As
Especially
vast as
since
the
most of
universe
us
is,
Especially,
are
oh yeah,
intelligent.
exactly. We aren't even intelligent, so
right? We're dumb.
a lot of us are really stupid.
there's got to be someone smart out there somewhere who can figure this out.
Surely
Plus, I
someone.
also feel like if there's a UFO, why wouldn't it just be like a ship from orbit that sends a drone in to survey? If they're smart enough to come here,
It
they're
could
probably
be.
not dumb enough to just show up.
But that could be a drone.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what we're seeing is their
Yeah.
drone.
Yeah, I
They're
feel like
actually in their
that's-
spacecrafts up somewhere.
Yeah, if
like,
it's actually from a different
damn, you see the
planet,
titties on that one?
I think that, I think they're the way they're even getting here, if they're from a different planet.
Sorry, aliens are freaks.
Where would alien titties be? Would it still be on the chest? Because like I
What?
feel like it's a very
Alien
humanoid.
titties?
Yeah, like I feel like that's very human.
Aliens got to be ass
Would aliens still be
creatures.
humanoids?
They got to be.
Maybe. Yeah.
Would you fuck an alien?
Depends what it looks
I don't
like.
even care what it looks like. That doesn't matter.
I think. Well, it depends a little bit because what if it doesn't have a fuck hole?
You can make one.
I don't think that.
You got to
that
do
becomes
something.
a different word.
You got to bend the rules to say, like we were talking about Soldier Boy, the first one to do it, right?
Yeah.
I want to be the first one to say I clapped that alien's cheeks.
Yeah, but what
like
about the other
fucking
alien
thunder.
that did it?
You thought that was a
I don't know, it'd be
sonic
cool.
boom as it broke the sound waves? No, that was me.
Just Mach
Well,
speed on that ass.
I think fucking an alien technically would be bestiality, right? It's like a cross species thing.
Well, I don't know.
Isn't bestiality like a crime, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If anything, it's
Only if you
very
get caught.
illegal.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's also morally sort of wrong, but you know.
No, that's irrelevant. It's
True.
it's about what the fucking government says.
Now that
about
is
it,
a
right?
serious topic for discussion. Is fucking an alien bestiality?
Yeah, I
Dude,
don't
because we're
know.
not. They don't recognize them as. Well, it's a humanoid.
If it is a human.
It's a
If it is, we
humanoid.
don't know if it's a humanoid.
Well, let me put it this way: if a spaceship comes down here and it's like a dog that walks off there, I don't want to fuck it anymore.
Yeah, that's valid.
But if it's humanoid, I'm gonna be like,
But if the dog is hot,
then we can talk.
if it's an anthropomorphic or whatever that word is, dog. What if aliens come down? It's just a bunch of. They're just furries.
It just looks like people from BoJack Horseman. They're like humans with like animal heads.
Hopefully they're not as fucking depressed as BoJack.
No.
Yeah.
They'll just come down and be like, "Hey guys, what you guys doing tonight?"
I'm a washed up.
We know everything that happens for the next like 10,000 years. It's not interesting.
not
Don't worry
looking
about
good
it.
for you
Yeah, it's not
guys.
looking good for you guys. We're gonna be super bored.
Just figured we come say what's up before it's all over.
To be clear though, they don't necessarily know for sure that it's craft. They've just it's an object and it does shit that they can't explain. It's like gone from 10 feet above the water to 30,000 feet in the air in like seconds. It's gone
Supposedly.
with no change in speed from air into sea and then back out with no change of speed.
I'm
and
sure.
like the directional change is like something that no human could survive the G-forces of. That all has been like
It's gotta be
documented
a
and admitted by the
Pokemon.
government. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but the government
It's
can also
Lugia.
be wrong.
Yeah, Lugia.
Let's not forget.
It's
Have they
Lugia.
heard- Yeah, there's got to be footage of that song. That fucker going.
That's the loneliest whale or whatever.
What?
That's the loneliest whale tune, where it's
Yeah.
just like only one whale in like a certain frequency. That's the Lugia. That's
Yeah.
the Locky. That's what's spinning around in there.
We figured it out.
Problem
Bigfoot has a
solved.
craft, and the Loch Ness monster is a Lugia.
Yep.
Yep.
And he's just trying to survive in the ocean.
He's trying.
But people are fucking taking pictures of him from down below. Look at the fucking Loch Ness monster swimming.
And
His
then we
name's
dump all the
Lugia.
plastic in his house.
His name's
Lugia.
Lugia, and he's a legendary. Put respect on his name.
It's the Lugia Ness
Lugia.
monster.
He's been around since 2000.
That's when his movie came out, at least. Oh,
He's
my
alive
Lord.
until we stop saying his name.
Yeah. Then
That's
he
how it
dies
works.
twice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we get out of here? Should we end this?
Yeah, sure.
John, tell them something.
Did you know that? Let's think of a fun fact.
Oh yes.
I can't think of any right now. What type of fact should I think of?
Something animal related. I think. Do you have a fun animal fact that you know of? I feel like I have one. If I give it a few
I feel
seconds
like I
of
gotta
thought.
think about it a little bit. I feel like I learned one the other day.
I feel like Kelly's told me some wild animal.
Did you know
facts.
there's like 20 different species of ladybug?
No, but I know that there's the fake ass ladybugs, those fucking Asian beetles or whatever. That
The
fucking
yellow ones?
They're like orange.
They're like
they
stink
stink.
bugs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those fuckers, nasty ass bitches.
Also-
my grandma's house was fucking like taken over by those sons of bitches when I was growing up. Yeah, it was horrific. Oh, I also almost burnt my grandma's house down one time because I was making mac and cheese and I forgot to put any water in it. So I just sat there microwaving macaroni.
microwave.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
until it was black and smoking.
Yeah.
They made a
Was it
bomb.
good?
No,
Oh.
it was awful.
Just ate the cheese.
Yeah.
Dusty.
I just
Snorted the powdered cheese on. Thanks, Grandma. Love it. I mean, that's like the quickest one I can think of.
That's
or the
pretty good.
fact that like I think every square meter in the ground, there's more ants in that square meter than humans on Earth,
Fuck.
or something like that.
Okay, but like, what about my driveway?
For sure.
But
Well, there's
what about right here?
Okay, well,
Right here.
underneath maybe.
Obviously, it's based off averages.
Yeah, you're pissing me off with this shit now.
I'm just poking holes in your fucking facts and logic.
How about you
All right?
poke holes in the ground and see how many fucking ants are down there?
I
bitch?
might have to do that
Start
to see if
counting.
you're right. Yeah.
I'm trying to poke holes in an alien. Let's go.
Look, I might have been wrong, but I know it's a ridiculous amount of ants. Because like insects
Okay.
are like 98% of the
I believe you.
living things on this earth.
Yeah, I don't like any of them.
Hey,
Okay.
you like some of them.
No.
You like you gotta like some of them.
I like
some of
Scyther.
them.
He's an insect.
True, that praying mantis are pretty dope.
Yeah, those are sick. Other
Stick
than that,
bugs are kind of interesting.
like flies,
Do you
mosquitoes.
guys have a favorite bug? Least favorite? Least favorite bug? Easy. Ticks. Fuck ticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, ticks suck. Mosquitoes suck.
I hate ticks way more than mosquitoes.
Yeah, I think I probably hate ticks more than
I
mosquitoes.
think ticks are the worst bug to ever.
Are they technically a? Well, they are a bug, right? Yeah, they're a bug, but they're a parasite. But they're a
Yeah,
bug.
but
And my
like-
favorite bug, man,
That's a tough.
I like Kelly likes Luna moths. We have a bunch of them at our house. They're pretty
Moths are
cool.
pretty.
They're like these like really like elaborate looking green moths with like this kind of like moon shape to them. They're pretty cool. Kelly finds them
There's
all
a
the time.
lot of really pretty moths.
What about those? What are they called? Like Hercules beetles or something? They
Oh,
got the
yeah.
big horn.
Rhinoceros beetles.
Yeah, those
are
guys are
crazy.
sick.
Those
I
are
like those.
sick. Look, I saw
They
one
get like
where
as
it's
big as your phone and shit too.
I saw one that was like battling one, like a fake rhinoceros beetle, and it just they're
Flip
so
them?
strong.
Yeah.
Kino likes cicadas. He
Eating them?
decapitates them. Yeah.
Ugh, cicadas are.
I'll find a
creepy.
cicada, I'll throw it on the ground, it'll freak out. He'll run over and fucking bite its head off in a second, and then he's done
That's-
with it.
That's weird.
It's pretty
Jesus.
sick. Yeah.
My
I
dog.
don't have to feed him anymore. It's awesome.
But only during spring and
food
summer.
cicada
Yeah.
heads.
No, we capture extra to hold them over
Oh,
for the
okay,
winter.
I got
Yeah.
you. That makes
Dry
sense.
them out, dehydrate them for next year. That's cool.
That takes the fun away. He can't kill them if they're dead.
All right. Well, John, tell the people where to find you on.
You can find me on
platforms.
youtube.com/Kryoz or just Google Kryoz. I'll probably pop up.
And if
know,
you want
Twitter,
more Kryoz,
more Kryoz on YouTube as well. I do Let's Plays and like sort of random vlog type stuff. It's very infrequent. But it's just-
OnlyFans,
Not yet,
Okay.
but OnlyFans coming soon. Butthole
Feet
only
finder?
pictures.
butthole only.
Yeah, I figured keep my face out of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Even though it's called Kryoz.
yeah, it's gonna be Kryoz Butthole certified, verified, just so people know. But yeah, I got 2 YouTube channels, Kryoz and More Kryoz. More Kryoz is like just Let's Plays and vlogs, and then I don't stream yet. And you can buy my mouse pad soon.
Oh, yeah,
probably by
true.
the time this is out,
Yeah.
it might already be
Link in
sold
the
out.
description.
I don't know when this is happening, but
I don't either.
Mike, when's it happening?
This Friday.
This Friday. It'll be out.
I
Yeah.
meant the podcast.
Well, yeah, this will be out by then, but they might be
Okay.
sold out.
Yeah, that's what. Like, I don't know if they'll still be
Yeah,
here.
if you got one, good for you. If you didn't, get fucked. Next
Yeah.
time, you should
I
have joined the
signed-
wait list.
I signed a bunch of cards
Yeah.
for this.
We fucking told you about the wait list, and you didn't
Should've
get on
joined
it, so
the
you didn't get
fucking
one.
wait list, dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you snooze, you lose, and it seems like you're. So
Anthony, any closing thoughts?
I don't know what to say after that.
All right. Well, that was episode 14. We're back. We'll see you guys in 2 years, around
Hell yeah.
2025.
it's gonna be another.
Leave a
big
like
wrap-up.
because it's the only episode you're getting for 2 years.
over the next 2 years, write down any ideas. So
Yeah,
for
let
next
us know what you
time-
want to hear us talk about 2 years from now, and we'll be sure to we'll put those topics in.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Farewell.